Hello, folks. Yes, we are late. So, um, Spencer had a meeting that he needed to handle by Zoom. And because he needed to handle it by Zoom, that means that I couldn't actually stream right next to his Zoom meeting. So, that would have been a little bit difficult. So, am I the only one without sound? Are you still without sound? Are you hearing my voice? Um, it was without sound on the intro. Our apologies there because
Yes, we do have sound now.
basically the intro was. I just don't have the soundtrack for the intro when I'm up here in Michigan. So we have Melody. Melody. It's kind of an interesting I with a little slash in it. So hi, and then he said, never mind. She said, never mind. Okay.
Okay.
Royal Smoke says, we forgive you. Thank you so much. One Metal Fist is here. And Royal Smoke says 10. Okay. Very good. Geeter Game says, Doc. Yes. We hear you very well, Doc. Good. Good, good, good. We're getting started. We've got 9 people on YouTube, and looks like um, Twitch is still offline. Maybe I
No,
need to
I see
refresh
Twitch.
that.
Yep, I see Twitch
Yeah, I
just
just
fine.
needed to refresh it. Refresh it. Okay, very good.
Good.
And so we'll get that one back overlaid on it. Very good. Now I see both chat windows once again. And Inferno Man Gamer. He's Inferno Man. Okay.
Inferno. Inferno.
Inferno Man Gamer.
How about that?
Okay.
Inferno Man. Yeah, I
Inferno
think.
Man. Okay, Inferno. Okay, that works. Hey, I've been watching you for a month now. I just got the game. That's cool. That's cool. The creature's trying to walk across the road. Hopefully, he won't get hit this time. And it looks like he made it all the way across. Okay. You guys can't see what I'm seeing. I'm on that experimental build flash screen. So, alrighty. It's a fun game. Good for you. Yes. How far are you? Melody asks, or Miodi? Okay.
No,
Okay.
no,
Lexi
leave me
says
alone.
hi. And Lexi wants to sweeten me up every day. So, since she wants to sweeten me up, I'll let her sweeten me up. I'll put the Butterfinger right here in front of me, and I'll eat when I'm not, when Robert is just reading chats or talking. And so that I um, don't obligate you with my chewing. So do you remember we got Ping Players up there? Ping Players is still sponsoring the channel. We'll renew the contract at the end of this month. So I haven't asked them if they want to renew yet. They usually kind of stick with people because the advertising seems to be doing a good job. Each time we ask, he says, "Yeah, we're getting a fairly good stream of people who are coming in, and it just really works well." So Inferno Man Gamer says, "I'm on the elevator trying to get the 1,100 of the one thing I unlocked the coal thing for electric. I could swap from the biomass thing." He's got a lot of things in his world.
I'm thinking that's phase 2 then, if he just
Yep.
got the coal.
If
Yeah.
he's starting coal, he's definitely on to phase 2. Phase 2 is really important. I generally tend to unlock things in very different order. Um, um, and the Ping Players videos that I'm doing for them kind of shows that new order. So we'll be a collaborator, so we'll have that being published on our channel as well as on their channel. So that'll be good. Okay, it's good to swap from the biomass thing. That is a good thing to do. All right, so today what we're going to do is we're going to continue. Cancel. Uh-oh. That's, I don't want to do the Ping Players video series, so I'm going to have to load. This is live second try, I believe.
Yes.
And all I have is autosaves for that? That doesn't make any sense.
And you left it running for the while, didn't you?
But I did do a regular save, but okay.
Ruh-roh.
Yeah, that's kind of weird. I'm writing you up for stealing workplace hours, Doc. We asked you not to, and we were even really nice about it. Okay. So, I continued working for a little while after the stream ended, and just cleaning things up, extending conveyors, extending platforms, building a road over on the other side of that over there. And during that period of time, phase 1 was completed. So let's go on over to the space elevator, and let's go ahead and man, why did we put the entrance to the space elevator clear over? Oh, gee.
Hey,
Clear
Doc,
over
can you switch
where?
scenes, please?
Oh, let's switch scenes so you can see what I'm doing. Let's switch scenes so you can see actually what I'm doing here. Okay, thank you, Robert, for the reminder. So, can they see me on the screen? Okay.
Yes, sir.
And so I put in this road afterwards. So we've got another east-west roadway coming out here so that we can continue our potential for transport there. Haven't unlocked the transport yet, of course. So let's go ahead and just pull the levers on the space elevator parts here, and get them up here so we can start the second space elevator parts.
So for those people who haven't seen this world before, what are the rules for this world?
Well, the rules for this world were 100 times space elevator parts. So we're going to have to get 100 times the normal number of space elevator parts for each part. And then we also, in order to kind of make up for that, we've got half the cost of parts and half the amount of power that it takes to keep the machines running. So that'll allow us to build longer manifolds, and it'll allow us to build more parts per manifold. So, and we've got it building out here. That's always a cool animation. So the outer ring gets built with all those smart plating. So.
Limp Noodle's on a 30 stream streak.
Who is Limp Noodle?
Yeah.
All right.
Very cool.
All right. And so what's that plus 450? After his name.
That's him getting extra channel points. So it's just,
for
just a little
being
bonus.
Being on the streak so much long?
Yep.
All righty. Well, that's good. So now what's happening here is, notice we've got 89 out 100,000. We did say 100 times, right? And
We
it
did.
normally it's only 1,000. But okay, so that's going to be going for a little while. And we've got 100,000 versatile frameworks. So we better get to getting that one going too. So let's go to the hub here, and let's choose the next. So when I get to tier 3, I tend to do things quite a bit out of order, actually. We'll go after coal power because we literally need a coal power plant. Then I jump over and get basic steel. Now we've prepared pretty well for vehicular transport. We could start transporting parts around with vehicles, but I don't know, Robert, I'm going to consult you for a minute. Do you think we have to do vehicular transport before I jump over to steel so that I can get the versatile framework recipe?
I would be really weird here and say we should probably do them in order this time, because our power is already sucking, and with the scale of our factories, we got to get coal up and running.
Well, that's right here.
Yeah, so that's number one.
That's the very first thing, yes.
Yeah, then we need vehicles to transport, I think, to be able to move stuff around. Then we can go into steel. So strangely, weirdly enough, I know we don't normally do this, but I think doing them in order might actually be the right move.
All right. Okay, we'll see if we can get a coal power plant up and running this time. Then I usually jump over to tier 4 to get advanced steel, even though I'd love to have Logistics Mark III blueprints. I mean, Mark II miner, and gosh, you don't get Mark III belts with logistics? I thought for sure you got Mark III belts
Yeah, you
with
do.
logistics.
Yeah, you do.
Oh, that's right. I had it focused on hair. Okay.
No. Okay, there we go. That's the
So
reason why. Very good.
even though I'd really love to have the Mark III belts, Advanced Steel Production gives me this automated wiring. Now that might not be so important simply because we only need 10,000 of them. And so we could probably defer that till a bit later. What do you think? So we can go do logistics next after basic steel. This doesn't bother me at all.
Yeah.
I think that's less important than either getting one of these two.
Yeah, I mean, inventory slots is nice, but meh.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
I'm okay in any order. Blueprints might be nice because we're gonna be building a lot of manifolds,
yeah,
but
we are.
I'm not terribly concerned in the order we do things. So we might want to do logistics first, just because we got to move a lot of product.
Yes, we do.
So
Got to move a
that's up to
lot.
you.
Okay. Well,
I'm not
let's
super
start with
bothered.
coal. Let's start with coal. And
I'll be joining you soon, but
okay.
just finish something up here. So.
So the first thing we have to do with coal is to get coal to this factory. And to get the coal to this factory, we've got to go to the north. We've got basically two areas of mines. Okay, we're going coal power. We've already developed steel. Have we developed a steel line yet, Robert? I don't think we have we?
Steel line?
Yeah.
No, we haven't unlocked steel.
Oh, steel. We haven't unlocked steel?
No.
Okay.
We're at the.
That comes after coal?
Coal. Yeah.
Okay, so coal and coal power. So do you want the steel mine to be on top of where I've got three mines, or do you want the coal to take from the three coal mines? Pardon me, coal mines. Because I've got a place where there's two coal mines and a place where there's three coal mines in the Dune Desert. Which one do we want to use for what? I think steel could come out of the two, and the coal power that we're going to have to keep extending should probably come out of the three.
Yeah,
okay.
I'm a bit more worried about power.
Okay, then let's run on over, because they are over this direction. And I'm going to go ahead and get my bearings. I believe they're just over the edge there, but I'm going to go ahead and scan for it. So, I can't scan for coal yet? All right, fine. I will go get rotors and cable and...
Yeah, I think you just unlocked coal power already. So, so Lexi said, Doc, did you know that what you build isn't going to Earth, but you just sending to other pioneers to build another planet to exploit?
Oh, really? No, I did not know that.
I think that might just be headcanon. I don't know if that's real.
Where do we have the reinforced iron plates being built here? And the output's coming from here. And good grief, we've got more output than what we've got storage for? Oh dear.
We have kind of, different opinions on our phase 2 requirements. On one hand, Flexible Knot says, you should be able to do that in the afternoon. On the other hand, Gonkaroo says, he says, I think I'd be farting dust by the time I finish that elevator tier.
That was an odd statement.
That's one way to express yourself.
I guess.
Okay, puppies, go. Get out of here. Get out of here. Get out of here. Jeez. My table's big enough and high enough off the ground. They just walk in from the opposite side, walk in underneath the table and just poke their head out in my lap, and next thing I know, I have dogs on me.
And you love the attention. You really do, I'm sure.
I do love the dogs. It's just... What unlocks the Mark II miner? Lexi, you noted something.
Mark II miner is steel production.
Oh,
It is
that'll be hard.
advanced steel production. That's not going to work. Doggone it.
Flexible not asks, hey guys, with the one big factory like you're making, what would be the need for trucks?
What would be the need for trucks? We have a large, long platform here, and the need for trucks is simply getting it from one side of the factory to the other side of the factory. Because what inevitably happens is you're developing a lot of concrete and iron goods and copper goods, and generally you use up the space with all of those, and now I need to make steel or reinforced, or I need to make modular frames, and I need to make items that start needing to combine those iron goods with the steel goods, and have copper in, have concrete in with the steel steel beams in order to make encased steel beams. On and on it goes, where we've already, used up the space in one area, and all of a sudden we're making another factory, but it's on the other side. You always have to have transportation, and you could either transport it with trucks back and forth, which is what we plan to do, or you transport it with conveyors that make a bunch of spaghetti. And we're choosing in this world to go ahead and use trucks. It is a 1.2 world, and use trucks to transport on the new transport paths. So we're experimenting really big to see if that'll work. And then we got a second story up here starting to develop as well. So it'll be interesting to see how this continues developing. Okay, I need to put a splitter right here so that I can put some of this reinforced iron plate in storage. So I'll get rid of this, and I will put a splitter there. There we go. Okay, a little bit of a tight fit there.
So Inferno Man asked a question that doesn't quite make sense. He asks, are you using a blueprint with your elevator?
Elevators, no, I'm not using a blueprint, and we're not using elevators yet.
Yeah, we haven't unlocked the blueprints either, so
Yeah.
not quite there yet.
Have I ever used a blueprint, an elevator with a blueprint? No, I never have.
You're talking about a personnel elevator?
Yeah, I would assume so.
Yeah.
Or if we're using lifts, if the word lift is transferring in his vernacular to an elevator, then yes, we have used lifts in blueprints. Although the auto connect feature doesn't work very well with lifts to go from one blueprint to the next. So the lift has to be pretty much self-contained in the blueprint in order to work well.
Yeah.
So I hope that kind of gets an answer to his question. Okay, we've got reinforced iron plate now going into some storage here, so we can build it up. So I've got
Eddie Ember said he was the one who said he's writing up for stealing workplace time.
Oh, okay.
Okay. He says, I'm only upset because I'm proud of what I accomplished with your help, Doc.
Oh,
I turned
great.
one normal oil node into 8,000 watts of power with your advice about piping 1,200 cubic meters with a 600 cubic meter pipe.
Oh, fantastic.
So
Fantastic. Glad to hear that worked. Because, yeah, that's how I do it each time. So I'm glad it worked for you, too. Okay, so where do we have cable being output? We have cable, I believe, over here. Some of it's doing cable, some of it's doing wire, I believe. So I just need to pick up more cable, then we'll unlock coal power, then I'll go and find those coal nodes that I know are available.
We have a great question from Firot. Not a university question, but he says,
Okay.
how long will it take to complete the game on the hardest mode? That is 1000x space elevator, 5x power, and 2x recipes.
Oh. It would probably take a very long time, because what we found, and we actually gave up because it was just too onerous. When we had 2x parts, all the parts kept multiplying, because all of a sudden you've got, twice as much iron to make a part. Then you've got twice as much steel plate or iron plate to make the next part. And then every part after that requires more and more and more of each of the component parts that you've assembled. Well, that multiplicative nature just turns into a real nightmare, because your supply lines at the very beginning of the supply lines that's making the large number of parts, generally you can't get enough to support all of them without pretty much going to the entire map, is what we found. So I would say it's going to either take a very, very long time or be impossible to do. One of the two.
Yeah. One of our regulars here, his name is Acroma. He's doing 100 space elevator, but he's doing the double cost. And I think he said he's at 400 hours and is about to finish phase 2. So he
with phase 2?
Yeah. So he's not as extreme as that, but that's 400 hours in.
Wow.
So, we have great news from Spencer Wright. He says, "Good morning, Doc and family. I have some very exciting news. My daughter was born on the 11th, and both mom and baby are doing great."
Oh, fantastic. That is way cool.
Congratulations.
Yes.
That's pretty awesome. Okay, so you're going to start working. What is your goal right now, and how can I help? Because when we left off, I was going to build another smart plating factory, so we can have a chance at 100,000.
You could do that. My goal right now is to go out and figure out where I need to put the coal power plant. I'm going to extend our road out there, and we can either truck the coal to closer to local, or we can just build it out there. I think my vote is
building out there.
Yeah, I think my vote is to build it out there. Just extend this platform on out till we get to those coal mines and build it out there. So
okay.
So yes, you can go ahead and build. Right now, yeah, let's go ahead and build more reinforced iron plate. Smart plating.
Okay.
We're making more. We're making more reinforced iron plate than what we need. I just put a containerized it a bit so that it'd keep on making more.
We're making more what though we need?
Reinforced iron plate.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. So
good, because we're still using that for conveyors for a little while.
For a little while, yeah, exactly.
Okay. And One Metal Fist does recommend that when we get to making steel, we should do the iron and coal recipe.
Absolutely, the solid steel recipe, yes.
Yeah, that's it. So I think that's a good show. And I'm going to come over and grab some of those reinforced iron plates you said we have access of. Aha. Storage. Yoink, yoink, yoink. Okay. And Sakai Guitar says, "Hi, Doc."
Hi. Good to have you.
Yeah.
All right.
Today was a very weird morning because I had to get into the office at the right time, and then I got to just hurry up and wait for a couple of hours.
Exactly. Until Spencer's meeting was done.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just glad that it didn't go the entire time because they
Yeah.
had scheduled it till noon.
Oof.
Yeah, till noon. 797. So there's another coal mine over the edge, and then there's the double coal mine out that direction.
Okay.
But I'm
So
going to
that's
the triple mine out this way.
kind of interesting. Okay, so you're going south of here because there's quite a few due north here, about 500 meters off of our.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. But you say quite a few. I think there's two clustered together, and then there's a couple that are over the edge down on the shore that we'd have to get all the way up to this area to get in.
There's four pure. There's two in one spot, two in another, all north of us. But that's fine. That leaves us with plenty. So you're working on that. I'm gonna get onto. I think I need to build a copper sheet manifold first.
So you can make more rotors?
Yeah, because we're using the copper rotor
We're not,
recipe, I think it's
yeah,
called.
copper rotor recipe, yes.
Yep, that's it. And if you happen to go past any quartz, we do need to unlock quartz so we can build some windows.
Right next to the place where there's two coal nodes, there's quartz just around the side of that mountain. There's two pure quartz mines there.
Gotcha. Okay.
So that's just right at that particular mountain right there. If you're seeing my stream, not quite yet. You're not seeing it. At least on my screen, you're not seeing it. Yeah. But just beyond the curled tree, the dead tree that we can't get rid of. Anyway.
Well, okay. This machine's getting power somehow. Not through that. Okay. And we have a dismantle crate. Yay, I love dismantle crates.
Okay. Still 352 meters away.
Yeah, here's a chroma. He's like, "Are you kids ready for the daunting task of phase 2?
Yep. We are somewhat ready, anyway.
Okay. We have used both those copper, so I'm bringing over new copper.
Okay. Yeah, because right over here next to the coal mines over here is another copper.
Cool. Invenster asks, "Holy, are you playing on 100x space elevator parts?"
We are. So there's copper over there, and there's another iron over there. And right straight ahead, there's one of the copper mines that I'm headed toward.
And one metal for this says, "Doc, what do you have more of, copper or iron? If you have more iron, go for iron-based products early and look for alt recipes. If you make more copper, stick with the standard recipes. You can always mix a bit of copper with iron to make more iron ingots."
Why does it say it's invalid placement? We haven't got
Oh,
explosives to get rid of that yet.
by the way, Achroma, somebody over on YouTube just asked if it's possible to beat the game on the settings you're using. This whole section's out of power.
There must be
Power
a
did go
node
out.
under here.
Oh, we need to work on our power systems because
Oh, we
I
do
deleted
again?
some lines underground
Uh-oh.
of stuff we weren't using anymore, and half the factory turned off.
Oh, dear, dear.
So I got that fixed, but yeah, we gotta take care of that.
For some reason, it's saying that I can't build this platform over something here, but this must be covering a node or something. It's not letting me build the platform here. Just keep saying it's invalid.
Yeah, you have to build around it till we can destroy it, I guess.
Well, I don't know how to build around it.
So Eddie Ember says, I just did the math. Even if you use all 6 space elevator inputs dedicated to just smart plating alone, that's 700 smart plating a minute. It'll still take 139 minutes alone due to the conveyor belt. So
Okay.
if the belt was full...
Thank you for your encouragement. Appreciate it.
And that's just for the smart plating. Another 2 hours for versatile framework. That's great.
Well, there's always AFK then.
There always is. And now that's Josh says HR has entered the chat.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Those guys always cause trouble.
Oh, this is your third reported absence this week. What is going on, Doc?
Third reported absence? When else was I absent?
You arrived late without telling your boss? What's going on? Are there some undisclosed personal things that are happening at home that are preventing you from being fully dedicated to the team?
Is this guy an HR guy or something?
No, I was adding that. But
Oh, okay.
I bet you they are an HR person, though. And Kyle Connect says, these videos are great, thank you.
You're welcome. Well, I've got to go back and get some iron plate.
Oh, Achroma wants to be boring about it. He says you can just feed it by hand.
Uh-huh.
So fill up your inventory, feed it by hand. Yeah, that's totally doable as well, I guess.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Darth Anton notes that power slugs probably also prevent you from placing that foundation.
That's what I'm thinking, because that's what's below that particular foundation. But I made a foundation over it in another world. Over that same one in another world.
Maybe the foundation is just a tiny bit bigger in the other world.
It might have been just a tiny bit lower in this world or something, or higher in the other world. Yeah, exactly. So we'll have to see.
A creature is in the way. Would you please stop? Thank you.
Would you please move along there, buddy?
Mm-hmm.
Boy, it's a long walk back. We just need to collect enough goodies to... Which tree is the...
Oh my gosh, Doc.
The Blade Runners in the... in the MAM?
Quartz, I believe.
Okay.
Caterium, says Conqueror.
Okay.
Stuff like that I don't ever remember them. It's like it's written there on the page. I don't need to remember it. I'll look it up.
Okay. Okay. Yes, sir. Okay.
First time chat from Plumpy Dumper says,
Plumpy dumper. That's cool.
been seeing a lot of your. No, hold on, dogs, get off. Sorry, distractions. Been seeing a lot of your YouTube shorts in my feed. Love what you do.
All right. Thank you.
Get off. Yes, dogs, it's 11:30. It's about time for them to go on a walk, but we haven't seen Garrett yet this morning, so
Okay.
they're just getting a little excited to go out.
Yeah, it's that time, right?
Mm-hmm. And Eddie Ember
right.
says it is in quartz, just like ICBM says it is. So
Okay.
maybe Gonker got it wrong, and maybe my instinct was correct, but I don't know. I have Blade Runners, so it doesn't matter to me anymore.
Yeah. Okay. Did you go steal them from the doggos?
Steal.
Yeah.
I looted them fair and square.
Oh, okay. So the answer is yes.
It's hardly theft when somebody crashed and died there and left them for me fair and square.
Okay. All right, ma'am, where are you? It's in the Caterium line, huh? Let's go see what we can do about the Caterium line then.
Okay, it is in the quartz line. They confirmed.
Oh, it's in the quartz line, not Caterium. Okay, so I'll put the Caterium stuff back, and I'll grab the quartz that we've collected. We don't have enough quartz, probably. And do we have a MAM already set up, or is it? Yeah, when we moved the hub, we haven't reset the MAM up. So let's go get a MAM. There we go. Okay, cool. Scroll. Set yourself right there. There we go. Okay, and a hard drive scan has been completed. Bolted frame or iron wire? Want me to rescan?
Yeah, like we have solutions for both of those at the moment.
And we have charcoal.
Oh, wait. No, gosh darn, I forgot. No, we
charcoal
don't want. No,
or 6 inventories.
slots. I'm sorry, bolted frame. I was thinking it was another reinforced iron plate recipe, but no, we don't have a reinforced iron plate all yet. So.
Okay.
Or sorry, a modular frame all yet. My brain isn't functioning. I have 2 dogs who won't leave me alone.
Okay, so we can unlock quartz crystal and unlock the shop. We are now unlocking the shop, Robert. Cool. Go ahead.
Ada Meetin Games on YouTube commented about the Doggo Cave. And unfortunately for Doc, I already looted the Doggo Cave, so I'm currently using those.
Okay.
So Doc has to go and research it for himself.
All right, so the Blade Runners, I just need, modular frames, which we're going to make here pretty soon, but haven't yet. But I could easily just collect the stuff and go do it. So I can make enough modular frames. That's no problem. Silica at this point is 2 for 5 of those, and I've currently got 20. So 20 would get 50, and that's exactly what I need. I need 50. Ha! Okay. I'm going to go, let's see. I'm going to make how many frames? I'm going to make 10 frames and 50 silica.
Wait, hold on. Dogs, leave me alone, please. Chill. I love you guys, but I can't do anything. Since when have we been able to have the stairs center on a foundation?
They either center or go to the side. Maybe that's a 1.2. Oh, no, I always put it in the center. On the because Mark said so world.
So you center it and then have 2 gaps on either side so you can fall through on both sides.
That's true.
I
And then we had unlocked the half ones because in that world it was 1.0 and we had the extra we had the extra add-ons, and so we could actually do a um, quarter size railing. So I put those on either side. Probably don't have a half size railing, unfortunately.
Oh my. One Metal Fist says, "All right, Robert, challenge accepted. I'm going to finish the game when 1.2 comes out with my challenge." So with alt recipes on the hardest difficulty using trucks. Oh gosh, you guys are insane.
Oh shoot! I was supposed to make silica out of it.
Yeah, Gunker says, "You goofed, Duck."
Goofed. I really goofed.
You did goof.
What a goof.
Wow, One Metal Fist. And Chroma wants me to check out the showcase for an update. He's been playing SE and Node Math as a burnout band-aid. What?
Well, they're just playing that game to relax so that he can come back to Satisfactory. Because he's burning out on Satisfactory. Does that make sense?
No, it doesn't make sense.
A
Chroma's one of
burnout,
those. It's insane.
a burnout band-aid.
And nothing he does makes sense.
Oh, okay. Got it.
Yeah.
Oh, 6 more slots in my bags. That's good. I need to go get some more. Because I goofed and made the wrong thing. I've got to go make some. Get some more quartz. So I'm going to go up to these quartz mines up here. So you're still working on what, Robert?
Currently copper sheeting in order to build more smart plates. Yeah. Copper sheets for copper rotors, alt recipe for smart plating. So you're asking me to talk while I'm madly placing down buildings. Talking and playing don't work at the same time.
Not very well, no.
No extra brain space there.
Yep. Not a whole lot. There's a wishbone, or half of it.
That does look like one, doesn't it?
Yep.
I can't wait for Mark II or Mark II power poles or daisy chaining. Either way.
Either way, yes.
I think I'm just gonna go unlock a whole bunch of stuff for me. I'm gonna get bored today when I'm done with this.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna unlock the blade runners so that I can use the blade runners.
Good call.
Do you want me to put a miner on these coal mines over? I mean, these quartz mines, just so that they're marked.
Sure.
Or do you care?
Okay. Oh my gosh. One Metal Fist is also going to do random nodes. So random nodes without turning them pure, right? Just random nodes. Random nodes, 100 or 1,000 space elevator cost without making them pure. That sounds to me like it might just be. I mean, it's never impossible. As long as you have a single iron mine, you're fine. It's just it might be one of those you leave your computer running forever, and you might, when 1.2 comes out, you might need to use that mod that Mega Meaty Bacon Man uses for time lapses. You might need to use the mod to speed up the speed of your game, like 10 times, and just let it run overnight. Mark says, "Oh my gosh, why so late? Doc,
Yep.
what gives? Robert, why?"
Because Spencer had an important meeting that he needed to attend by Zoom, and his computer and my computer up here in Michigan are right next to each other. So, so I had to basically be quiet. In fact, I was supposed to leave the room, but I just got out of the camera and was really quiet.
Very quiet. Oh, and no doggos. Yeah, add that. Flexible not brought that up. One metal fist, no doggos.
Is that more Caterium? It looks like it's more Caterium. I'm going to grab that so I can start unlocking the Caterium line.
One metal fist, as I'm burned out from the game right now. The situation in my country put a lot of stress on me, and building factories didn't help. So I switched to action games.
Oh, okay. What? So are you building on the in Israel? Okay, yeah, that's such a bad situation over there.
Yep.
You just get Iran to settle down and their proxies to settle down, you know, and make a lasting agreement. Yeah, it would be good. Good.
Okay, cover sheet. This. Oh no. Oh my gosh.
Oh no! Oh my gosh! What?
Oh my gosh. No, just things get a little weird. Okay. I've been able to do things without resorting to full manifolds for a little while, and so I have to actually do a full manifold this time.
A two-sided one, huh? Oof.
Yeah.
Really tax the brain cells. Obviously, I said something wrong.
Try not to insult the editor. Challenge failed.
Right. You might make fun of me in the next edit you do.
Okay. You know what? Fine. I will. You know what?
You will, huh? Oh,
yep.
Dear.
No, it's, you know, sometimes the numbers work out. When the numbers work out perfectly, when we're talking about these kind of small quantities, a lot of times just putting together I even call it a load balancer, it's extreme, because it's just splitting properly, splitting directly to twos instead of lining them all up in a manifold.
Okay.
It's nice. So.
All right, so I'm going down the quartz line, and I'm going to unlock this because I now have enough stuff to do it. So, okay, confirmed. Blade Runner's completed. And what's it going to take to unlock this? Another 200 of that. Okay, so we have a Spencer.
I got us dinner.
And he's got us dinner, too. Okay, cool. Did the aluminum cans buy that?
Yeah. That was less than half the aluminum cans.
All right, good.
It was like $20 just to return all those.
Fantastic. All right. So Spencer, we just returned all the aluminum cans to get that 10 cents back from the state on all the items. All right, we are going to go for vehicular transport here. We're going to select this milestone, and we only need 25 frames, but I've got some of each of these, all of that, 2 of the 25 there, and we can just turn right around here. Do you have a surplus of rotors over there, Robert?
No.
Okay.
Or if I do, they are not backed up yet for me to see them. At this point, they're all being used.
Okay.
I will be making I mean, that's what my current factory is here to do. I'm making sheets to make rotors, so.
Because I need 48 more rotors to go into. I'll check the machines that are making the rotors or making the smart plates, see if those are backed up and have some rotors in them. I'll check them first.
Mark says, "What are the settings of this game, and how many are you going to go? And how many are you going to start before you get one you agree with?"
Oh, I'll never live down giving up on that 2x part cost. Right now it's 100 times elevator parts and half the cost of parts and half the amount of electricity needed.
Which just means we're going to be building huge, massive factories.
Yep. That's what it's turned out to be, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And, well, along those lines, Heavy asks, how do you like the 100x turn-in?
At this point, it's okay. Okay, Robert. The reinforced iron plate line is huge. Reinforced iron plate line is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 16 constructors already. And what it's starving on is the rotors. So you should be able to make rotors and just supplement this line and get it functioning well, and it should be fine.
Can you count how many rotors per minute it's expecting?
It's expecting? Yeah, sure. I could do that. It is expecting 2 per minute times 16, 32 per minute. And most of these are just empty. So 32 per minute.
I know my line isn't making nearly that many.
Yeah, your current line isn't. The one that you're going to make should add to that, right?
Yeah. I currently have 4 machines making 4 each, so I'm at half production.
Okay.
So.
Do you think you're going to be able to double that with the new line?
Oh yeah, more than.
More than? Good. Good, because it's going to take more than to get these spooled up and actually getting filled up with rotors. I think I'm going to go ahead and collect what it takes to make the rotors and just manually make the other 48 rotors. And it just needs screws and rods, or I can't do the alternate recipe, so I just need to get screws and rods to make it. And let's see what I have. I got a lot of I have numerous amount of screws and rods. So I'm just going to make the rotors.
Okay.
And we should be able to get the vehicular transport passed off. Okay, rotors. I can make 169 of those puppies. Hello, Spencer.
What?
Hello.
Hello.
Good to have you back.
Good to be back.
And Ruben's here, says, hello Doc, hello Robert. Did the stream start late? I thought there won't be a stream today.
The stream did start late. We were always planning on a stream, but we knew that the possibility that Spencer's meeting would go beyond the start of our normal stream time, and it did, as expected. And we started after his meeting is all. And we're gonna go the whole 4 hours. We're just not gonna. We just started late is all.
Okay. This doesn't solve our problem.
Wait, what doesn't solve our problem?
100 per minute. Hold on. Okay. Copper rotor needs 100 screws per minute.
Yeah, because it requires double the amount of screws. So is that being a problem? We don't have a screw line that does enough?
We definitely don't have a screw line that does enough. It just means that right now with our Mark II conveyors, one line feeds one machine.
Oof. One line of making screws does one machine?
Yeah, because our conveyors are 120s, and that's it.
Oh dear. So it needs more than 120 screws, or about 120 screws, huh, per minute.
It needs 100 screws per minute.
Ouch.
I apologize. Why are you
Well,
not stopping?
Why am I not what?
My speaker was on from the meeting, and
Right.
I couldn't get YouTube to pause. I was pressing the pause button, and it would not press. So I apologize. Green did a temporary foray onto your stream.
Yep. Okay. Spencer was watching a video and it came through his speakers there for a short time. Okay, I'm going to go to the equipment workshop, find out what it takes to make blade runners. And I need to have silica to make blade runners. That's fine. I can make silica. I only need 10 silica and one more rotor to make the blade runners. So I'm going to come down here and make just 10 more silica.
Yeah, Chroma, I'd love to do steel pipes for rotors, but we don't even have steel muck yet. So that might be the next version we make.
Yep.
So
Okay, there's blade runners. Now I can run as fast as you, Robert.
wahoo!
Yippee-ki-yay.
Now, Oscar says, "Okay, I'm still on the old version of Satisfactory, but wasn't there an in-game cheat menu?" Yes, there was.
Yes. It's called the advanced menu. Advanced options.
Renamed to cheat menu in 1.2. But
Yeah, so
you have to enable when you're out of game. So,
oh, you do?
yeah.
It's not in the options here. Gameplay
Right.
options. Ah, shucks. Ah, shucks. Yeah, they used to call it something like advanced mode, and now they just call it cheat menu. That's too funny. Okay, so I'm going to pull this over, and I'm going to see what we'll get out of the Caterium line, because we haven't even unlocked the beginning of that. Analysis complete. I wish it wouldn't bounce you completely out of the menu.
Yeah.
Okay, so I need Caterium to unlock the bars. Good, that's done. Then I need
Bacon
how many?
says, honestly, who cheats in games?
Oh, of course, we don't. We don't ever do that. Okay, I need to go make some bars, and I need to go fill up the cargo container again. See, we got both of those, and I've got 11 of those, and none of the rotors yet, so that's fine. I'm going to turn right around here, and I'm going to... I need 150 rotors, but I want to make Caterium ingots.
Mark says, Satisfactory needs a multiplayer mode where you can play against your friends in building a factory and fight against them by attacking their factory. Agreed. And Caffeinated just dropped in and subscribed for 16 months. That Prime's up, currently on a 16-month streak. He's been super busy today, stopping in to say hello. Hello. All right.
Hello. Okay. Thanks for dropping in. Overclocked. Oh gosh, Mega Meaty Bacon Man's talking about the copper rotor recipe. And overclocked, it uses almost 500 per minute per machine.
That's
so
insane.
even a 1200 belt would only service 2 machines. I'm not in love with that recipe. It's benefiting us at the moment, but I'm not in love with that recipe long term. So we'll have to see what we do after we're done using it. So the Caterium, I'm unlocking Caterium wire and start that research. That gets quick wire. I always call it Caterium wire for some
We don't
stupid
have
reason.
any screw alt screw recipes.
Alt screw recipes at this point, we've refused them all
Okay.
in
Let's
favor
find
of
one.
others.
Let's see if we can find one. Didn't the ma'am just finish?
Oh yeah.
Okay,
Do you have hard drives in your
I do.
Okay, good.
Okay, I'm scanning another one, and I want
Okay.
to check the library. No, you used everything in the library. Oh, I'm just gonna cry. I'm gonna go get iron over here to make a whole lot more screws first.
Okay. Okay, I need to make modular frames. And how many modular frames was it I needed? Okay. I only need a total of 50. Excuse me. We don't have a Caterium mine here in the Dune Desert, do we? That I remember.
Not nearby one.
You are nearby one?
I said not a nearby one.
Oh, okay. Yeah, exactly. You know, it has a ton of resources, but, you know, I don't know why they call the Dune Desert an advanced area. Because it's got so many resources. So much copper and limestone and iron and coal. I mean, it's got a lot of the basics. The only thing you have to worry about is you've got to go to the limited amount of water in the area, which does create a situation.
Yeah, but then we just go off the shore.
Yeah, but it does create a situation of struggling to get enough water to take care of your coal power plants, for example.
ICBM notes that there's one on the beach.
There's one what? Caterium mine?
I'm
on the beach?
guessing that's what they're referring to. Hey,
Okay.
We have one screw line here that isn't attached to anything. Is that something
Oh,
you're
really?
still going to use?
Probably not.
Okay.
In fact, yes, we had a whole screw line that was going to come over for the rotors, and then for the reinforced iron plate, and we got the stitched plate recipe and used copper wire instead. So yeah, there's two full lines, and you should have, full containers over there that get you started.
Cool.
So yeah, you should be able to pull those over. The dog again?
Yes, they like to come up to me and just put their nose underneath my arm and just hit my nose.
And nudge, constant nudge.
I'm trying to type here. I'm trying to use the computer here. And if you acknowledge them, then you get two dogs.
That's too funny. I'm sorry. I'm not laughing at your pain. I'm just laughing at the situation.
It's one of those. It's annoying, but I love the dogs anyway, so it's okay. Kind of annoying, you know.
Yep.
It's hi.
But do understand that might be them trying to tell you that they need to go out. So
I did let
if
them
they,
out just before the stream, so I mean,
okay, good.
I think they're just ready for Garrett, and I haven't seen him yet today, so I might need to go bug him.
Yep. Hey Doc from Ireland, love your video content for Snooclear. Thank you for coming. I would love to visit Ireland, so if you've got extra room to put me up, maybe we could work something out. I just won't talk about my Scottish ancestors with you.
Someday, I'll finally have the finance, the resources to be able to go to Europe for some time.
Yep.
And sorry, when I say Europe, I mean UK. Sorry.
Why handcrafting? Because we're struggling to get enough rotors specifically for the smart plating, which we need 100,000 of in order to get through the next thing. So instead of me stealing from the smart plating line, I'm just handcrafting them to get through the tiers. So that's...
Oh, okay. Just for basic steel production?
Yes. And I need to handcraft a few more, but I'm going to turn around and put what I have into the machine here. And so I'm just missing 31 rotors. So I just need to go get more screws and more rods. Just need to think about where to get the rods from. Those are all plates over there. I'm sure rods are coming into this. No, rods are not coming into that line because you substituted the plating for rods. Does that mean that there's rods somewhere over here that I can take advantage of? By the way, are you
don't know what you're talking about.
I'm just looking for rods. I know rods are going into the screws, so maybe that's... Oh, there we go. And this is our rotor line. Is this your second rotor line over here? Or is this the primary one? That's probably the primary one. I'm just babbling over here. Just ignore me.
I have no idea what you're referring to.
Just ignore me. I'm just...
Bacon asks, where in the UK would you go?
Where in the UK would I go? Well, my Kirk family came from the Sheffield area, so I'd like to visit there. I'm trying to, you're scratching the brain cells here, trying to make me come up with. It'd all be genealogy related, and we have relatives from the UK, from Scotland, and from Ireland. England, Scotland, and Ireland. It's all the UK, sorry. So I'd be all over that island if I were to visit all the places. Pardon me?
And specifically, and oddly enough, I want to go to Guildford.
Oh, you want to go where that church is?
I specifically want to go visit that church, yes.
Mm-hmm. What was the church called?
It used to be called Drake Hall before they renamed the church, so I gotta go look it up again. It's been a couple of years. My memory sucks.
Did a video about it, didn't you?
No, never did.
Oh, really?
I did all the research and then never finished it.
Okay.
I never had a channel to put it on, so it's like,
Oh gosh, Wasteland is saying, "Oh no, Doc has Alzheimer's. We just saw the early stages of it." No, the reality of it is I haven't looked at my genealogy now for at least a decade. So I challenge you to remember something that happened 10 years ago that is data related, where you have to recall certain pieces of information like that, and see how well you do. I'm a little testy. No, I'm just. Anyway.
St. Catherine's Chapel, but it's like one of like dozens of St. Catherine's that exists. But I want to go specifically to the ruins of St. Catherine's, south of Guildford.
Okay, we have steel production, basic steel production unlocked. So, do we want to do the enhanced security asset, or oh heck, I could just grab those things and put them straight in. So yeah, we'll just do that and get done with tier 3.
Cool.
I've already got that. I need more copper wire. I don't need any more. Oh, MAM results complete. Want me to go look at it, Robert?
Sure.
Hard drive scanned. Wet concrete and bolted frame. We love the wet concrete recipe, but is that a thing we want to do now?
I have a hard time giving that one up.
Okay, then I'll select that reward. Do you have another hard drive?
Yep.
Okay, go ahead and flop it into a MAM and we'll get that started.
And of course, I want to go to a bunch of other, historical locations. So, I want to hit Hadrian's Wall. So I definitely going up north. Want to, bunch of stuff like that.
Good. I love the fact I can actually jump now.
Leonard Strand asked, how many people are on the server?
I'm not sure. We're not on the server right now. We haven't got the experimental branch up onto the server yet. So we're playing this with me being the host and Robert joining my game. So at this point, it's just Robert and myself at this point here.
We'll probably have to swap over to a server at some point with how complex this world is going to get.
Yep, probably. Got plenty of rods. I just need to figure out where there's where the okay, there's where the wire is coming from, so I should be able to grab what I need from here. Okay. Yep.
This nuclear says I only play with one add-on, and it's no screws. They drive him mad. I don't blame you.
Yeah. Screws are, they used to call them at Boeing, screws and various things like that. They used to just call them standards. And the standards were called that because you just bought them in bulk. And usually you bought screws by weight for Boeing. And so they get these packages in, crates of packages in of the various specifications of bolts, and they would be then distributed out in their stores to various parts of the production line. So they are a nuisance. Inventorying them, what are you going to do? Go weigh it all? It was tough to inventory them to know how much work in process stuff that we had on hand so that we could inventory them for cost of goods yet to be built into a product. So all finance stuff that I'm sure you're not interested in.
And Mark knows that he's up in Sheffield, which is up closer to Manchester.
Okay.
Much farther north. So that's cool. And Bacon also he's up in the Midlands as well. So
okay.
Very cool.
Well, I could go visit both of them.
There you go.
Very good.
Billy Western asks, can you explain the benefit of wet concrete? The only water I've used at all so far is for my coal power.
Wet concrete, basically, if I hit O here, I can go and look at the concrete recipes, and you'll be able to see, because it'll be right next to each other here, that regular concrete takes 2 limestone to produce 1. So twice as much limestone to produce 1. Once you add water to it, you can use 3 limestone to produce 4. Water is cheap. It's usually easy to get to and easy to bring into the recipe. So by doing this, you get out of this 2-to-1 ratio where it takes, you only get 15 per minute here. I don't know why is, okay. You get 80 per minute concrete here versus 15. Huge difference. Huge difference. You can use less. You have to do it in a, it's not telling you what you have to do it in. And with water, you probably have to do it in a foundry. I believe you have to do wet concrete in a foundry. I'm not sure. You have to have something that has a water port to it. And I believe it's the foundry that you end up using this for. So you put in the water, you put in the limestone, you get 80 per minute out instead of this paltry little 15 per minute. And this is a per machine basis. So it's a huge difference. And that's why. Anything that you have a recipe that just adds water to it, and I think there's iron recipes, there's Caterium recipes, there's all kinds of recipes that you just add another water to it. Like I think limestone, I believe, even has silica here, has a water type of recipe as well. So anyway, a lot of recipes that you can get like that just to increase your production. But you have to get to the point where you can use pipes, and you don't get pipes until you unlock coal production. And so that's basically the issue with being able to unlock that alternate recipe. So I've got 1 minute and 14 seconds here, and then I'm going to unlock this enhanced security. We'll do that, and I'll see what. See, at this point, tier 3 and 4 are pretty easy to get through. You can smash through them like I'm doing. Most of the products you make already, and the products that you haven't built a line for, they're usually in low enough quantities that you just can turn around and handcraft them. Like the modular frames that I've been handcrafting, and the rotors that we already had a line for, we just don't have enough of them that I was handcrafting. So if I had to handcraft like copper wire, I wouldn't want to handcraft 1,500 or 600 rods, but I could easily turn around and do reinforced iron plate for only 100. So it'll return in 19 seconds, and we'll pass off this milestone and move on to tier 4. Two, 1, and it has returned. So we'll do that, and we'll do that, and we'll do that, and we'll send it right back up before it's even cooled down. Okay,
I love
so
doing that.
yeah, no kidding. Here's all the tier 3 ones are done. We want to go to tier 4. Do we want logistics, or do we want advanced steel first? I think logistics at this level. Because we're not ready for the new recipe here, the automated wiring recipe. We're just not ready for it yet. But we certainly are ready for the Mark III conveyor belts.
Yep.
So, all right, select the milestone. For this milestone, though, we're going to have to get steel up and running, both steel beam and steel pipe. So.
Yeah.
All right.
I think we might need to take a page out of My Name Jake's book, and just as soon as we unlock an item, immediately make a factory for that item.
Okay.
I think pushing milestones alone is gonna constantly get us in this trap of suddenly not being able to do anything.
Yeah. Well, I'm running out there to I need to make sure I've got plenty of concrete here, and I've got mostly enough plate. Yeah, I should be able to finish out the platform. I see, said the blind man. Okay. So what color is that one actually? Is it an actual yellow one? No, it's a blue one.
So Oscar says that we should find a factory building sim that makes planes, so you can show off what you did in real life. And to be honest, scrap mechanic would be fun.
Scrap mechanic?
Yeah, it's not attempting to be a realistic sim game, and it's not a factory builder, but you're supposed to design and build vehicles of whatever kind and try to get them to function. And so some people play it legitimately, trying to be. I guess there's levels to the game. I don't know. I've only ever seen it come to free play.
Okay.
But you can build functioning flying planes, and they only function if the airplanes are balanced right, has good center of gravity, and good propulsion and all that kind of stuff. So it'd be cool.
Okay.
And Ruben then says, I'd love to see he'd like you to play Microsoft Flight Simulator.
Do they have a current Microsoft Flight Simulator?
Oh yeah, they do. Because Duck loved the game forever until you boycotted it.
Yeah, when they took out the Concorde. Come on. I mean, really now, come on. Leave the classic plane in there, you know?
I agree. It's great. It's a beautiful thing.
Now, they could do a whole lot better nowadays if they were to build it.
I'm pretty sure it's actually in the new version.
Okay. Oh, really? You think it's in the new version?
I think so. Yes.
Okay. Well, let's go see if we can put down a coal-powered generator here.
The new rotor line is now hooked up.
Okay, hooked up to the
old factory, to the old line.
To the old plate line?
Yep.
Cool.
Chroma, what does SE stand for? My brain is not working. So far, we're only making 22 per minute on this new rotor line, so it's now more than what's needed because we only did 16 more.
Okay.
Oscar says you should play War Thunder if you want a real game.
Okay.
War Thunder is it's a dogfight sim. I think it's probably the best.
Yeah. Do you get to actually fly the fighter?
Yes. Oh, space engineers. Okay, thank you. That's right. I've seen a couple people build awesome things in space engineers, and he's going to send me one, which unfortunately, Doc, we can't really share on stream very easily.
Send you?
Oh wow!
What?
Somebody made a Boeing 747 in space engineers.
Interesting. Okay.
That's cool. Does it fly? Does it function? The sound of the rain on these platforms is odd.
It's annoying. I don't like working in the rain. Come on. You get wet.
Overdriver says the newest version of Microsoft Flight Sim is 2024, It's really good. You can fly in VR as well. It's absolutely brilliant.
Oh gosh, if you get do it with a VR headset, that would be fun.
Yeah, that'd be really cool.
Okay.
So yeah, that the 747 in Space Engineers is a fully functioning plane. That's crazy.
Yeah. Crazy cool.
And Ruben asks, Doc, do you have a game idea of any game that you would love to see come true?
I would love to have a new moon base simulator.
Okay.
Yep. I mean, there was a game called Moonbase once upon a time, and I really enjoyed playing it, but it just got old and moldy and eventually didn't work on Windows. So I would just love to have that back. So
cool. Okay. The manifold is starting to fill up with rotors, so steel plates or smart plating is now back up and running. Cool. Okay. So
and
next
producing a decent quantity per minute now, huh?
Yeah. Still, it's gonna be a while. We are, by the way, 1% of the way through with our first of 3.
Yay!
Celebrate. Marcus the Spartan says, game ideas for Doc, Modulus, Shapes 2, and Data Center.
I'm already playing Shapes 2. I've already signed a contract with them to have a video that will release at 7 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time on the 23rd.
Wow. Were they specific about what time they wanted it released?
No, I asked what time is the date of release. So what time does what time of the day does the embargo actually end? And he provided it to me, and I said, okay, our video can come out right at 7 a.m. if people are interested in what Shapes 2 looks like. I'm already playing it, having a whole ton of fun with it, and it's going to be great. It really is. It's going to be a good, strong release. I'm pretty sure.
Cool. Okay, Doc, what would you like me to do next?
What we need is a frame, a modular frame line next. So if you could get that.
Well, I hope you get the power up and running soon, because we're going to be exceeding our current power very, very fast.
Okay.
I mean, that's absolutely 100% what you've been working on, right? With 0 distractions.
With 0 distractions. No distractions because of the chat window.
Or, anything else.
Right.
And ICBM says, have you tried crust?
I've not tried crust. Is that a
logistics
pizza
on
making?
The moon. He says logistics on the moon.
Oh, really?
And I looked at Modulus, and I think it looks pretty cool. I might end up picking that up.
Okay. Do I need to put it on my list? I mean, the channel could pick it up for us if we wanted to, stream it. I need to figure out some alternate games. Not that I'm tired of Satisfactory, but I need to broaden my perspective on other ways that other programs have executed the idea of supply chain management and building, factories and such.
Yeah. Mars. Yeah, we'll take a look at that, Kuroma.
All right. I don't have any I don't have anything for my chainsaw, and I want to clear a couple trees out of my way. So it's kind of like, okay, fine. I don't want to run all the way back. I'm just going to put a crafting bench down here. Take and make some biomass and then solid biofuel.
Okay, we don't
At
have
what-
any alt recipes for the modular frame, and that's fine.
No.
This initial recipe is all right. We're gonna need a lot of it for the versatile framework
Yes.
later. So I'm gonna have to make a good strong line. It needs reinforced iron plates and rods. So
And
let's take a look.
right now I've got 2 containers mostly collecting reinforced iron plate because the reinforced iron plate is going into the rotor line, which we just got moving. So you're going to have to see how much it uses versus how much we're producing.
Okay. Yeah, that's right. We did just increase demand on it quite a bit.
Yep.
Oh, it's still fully backed up and. Okay. Well, I'm gonna just go ahead and plug into this, and then I will supplement it if necessary.
Okay. Sounds good.
Interesting. I guess I'm kind of surprised. I thought there was more iron around here. Maybe I need to go a little farther away to find more iron.
Yeah, there's plenty of iron around. You might have to go. We kind of exploited what's kind of in the local circle there, so we're just gonna have to extend out just a bit.
Yeah, we got 2 more here. Good. Okay, good. So, John Royston says, modulars look like a mixture of Dyson Sphere program shapes and city skylines. Cool.
Interesting.
Okay, so there's these islands you build on, so space optimization is really important. Fortunately, you have drones, like, right from the beginning.
Ah, okay. Okay, I can now see to get the water up there. Okay, so I'm going to go to get a water extractor, and I'm missing materials. So you said the rotor line was getting filled up.
Yep.
Was filling up the plate line.
Yeah.
Good.
And Officer Doug is here. Hello, hello.
All right. How is your project going, Officer Doug? Isn't it Officer Doug that's doing that program, that
Yep.
race that they're going to do there? How's
Yep.
that going?
We've heard some pretty good updates from Whitestone
Yep.
so far. He says, project's going great. The Looney Tunes programmers just wrote a script to stitch the save together. It's way too big. Skim.
Wow. What is skim? Satisfactory calculator? Or... All right. I ran all the way back here for what? I needed more rotors. That's why I asked about the rotors. Oh, good. Okay.
Hey, call sign Wolfman, can you clarify what you mean by 4x4x4 before I bring that to Doc? I'm not quite exactly sure what you're asking.
Uh-oh.
Doug says most teams are done or close to it. Now the finished people are going to go help the others catch up. The next month is play test, polish, finish the mod updates, and race this summer. Excited for 1.2.
Yeah, exactly.
That is very cool.
That sounds a lot of fun.
Yeah, Whitestone has kind of spoiled a few, like the big bridge he built. He showed that off. It looks really nice. And Adrestea just subscribed again. And subscribed for 12 months. It says time flies.
Yes, it does.
And Wow McBig Mac wonders what time it is around here.
It is currently 1:26 where I am at in the Eastern time zone. And Robert would be an hour earlier than that at 12:26.
Yeah. And Doc's usually over here where I'm at, but he's up in Michigan for a little bit. So.
Yep.
Yep, it's lunchtime, Doc.
Yeah, it is.
You guys had lunch yet?
Nope. Building cannot be nudged. I've got I've got this water extractor sticking to places where I can't get it to unstick. Maybe I need to delete this one. Yeah, because I could put one right there, and I should be able to put one. You can't nudge these.
One Metal Fist says, I remember this game called Osiris New Dawn. It was like on a moon or alien planet. So I think it could really suit you.
Interesting. Okay. I will be glad to get home and get into my own bed at home so that my back will stop hurting.
Yeah.
So, anyway.
Yeah. Tends to happen, especially when you're on one of those thin mattresses like you are.
Yeah.
After a
So
while,
true.
you know.
After a while, you want to give up on it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, I need to run back and get some more. Oh, come on. I'll collect it. Well, you gave up pretty quick.
Yeah. Sure.
No, I mean the beast that I was killing gave up pretty quick. No, not you.
So, Callsign Wolfman asked, let me find the original comment. Is Blueprint Steel Factories the way to go? Or should I build a bigger factory or plant for endgame?
Is using the blueprint for Blueprint Mark 1 for building a portable steel factory layout better for planning for endgame and make duplicate on the make or make a mega steel factory for endgame? Not quite sure what he's asking. I would use the blueprint for as much room as I can put on it.
Yeah, I think it's more of a scale question, you know, like the blueprinter is only a 4x4x4 there at the beginning, and is that big enough? I think one of the nice things about the blueprint is you can place it multiple times. And so as long as it uses one full conveyor or some fraction of a conveyor, just make as many as you need.
Yeah. All righty. Are you? Hopefully, you're making an excess of copper sheet.
I am.
That looks like ingots, and that looks like a lot of wire. Okay, and that's cable. Okay, I'm obviously not in the right area for the copper that...
The sheets on the second floor.
Oh, okay. This will be the first time I've gone up to your second floor.
It looks a lot like the first floor, oddly enough.
Oh. Still gray.
Mark says, Robert, Doc's homesick. He's missing the boomer bed.
The boomer bed?
Yeah.
Okay. No, I'm just missing my comfortable purple mattress from at home.
Yeah.
Home.
Oh my gosh, Dog. Dog.
You don't have any containers on here, so that they're already collected. Do you mind if I put a container on here so we can collect the excess that's being made?
Please do. It's fine. Okay, girl. You gotta go find a way to go lay down. Calm yourself. And Shavizi says, hi, guys.
Hi. Hi. That's just cool. We've got 41 people on YouTube. How many on Twitch?
Twitch's got 36.
Okay.
One Metal Fist does note that you can't do wet concrete until a bit later to reach the fuel stage, because the machines you need
Are the
only
foundries.
there.
Yep, they're the foundries. Exactly.
That's unfortunate.
Uh-huh.
I do really like wet concrete.
Like that recipe anyway, yes.
No, I like wet concrete. You can like put your handprint in it.
Okay.
No. I'm trying to be funny here, man.
Yeah, you are. The question is, did you succeed?
Oh, so you said I am. You were affirming that I'm funny. You were affirming that I was trying to be funny.
Right.
Okay.
Definitely doing that, yes. Oh, there we go again. Good, I'm glad I put a container together to do this. And I just have to make sure that this container is, yes, it is outputting there. Okay, good. Let's do that.
No, Oscar, I never want to eat wet concrete when I see it. That is, no. Not an issue that I struggle with. Surprising though it may be to some.
Oh,
What?
he's accusing you of wanting to eat wet concrete?
That's what I'm reading.
Oh dear. I don't think that's a problem. Okay.
John Royston asked if we've been able to get the solid steel ingot recipe.
Not yet. Have we... You did put another drive in to be scanned, didn't you?
Yeah, so we just got the
I'm gonna go
basic
check.
iron ingot, which adds limestone to iron to make more. And
We don't...
fused wire, which adds quick wire.
Oh, you're looking at this. So no, we didn't get what we wanted. So do we want to go ahead and scan again?
Yeah, rescan it.
Okay. And we got copper mixed with iron and charcoal. Oh,
Yeah, let's just leave them. I'll start
Okay.
all scanning.
alrighty. How many hard drives do you have total?
Last one.
Okay. I'm going to run off to take a short break. I'll be right back.
Okie doke. Okay. Can't wait till we get a blueprinter unlocked so I can stop building manifolds. I know there's some people here who swear by doing it by hand, but not me, not at this scale. And John Royston likes a solid steel ingot. Yeah. Let's get Doc down to something. I need to go over here and watch on stream. I don't want to kill him. Oops. See, that's what happens when there's a delay. Okay, now he's back up. He's at 3. Does that do a half heart or a full heart? Oh. Robert, looking at Doc's screen, you can clearly see the wiring, but Smart putting is in motion blur. Yeah, see, the problem is you auto heal up to 3 hearts. So no matter how low I try to get him, it's just gonna re-heal back up over time. So I guess I'll just be here and ready to pounce. Yeah, whoops. The question is, I think he's not using wireless headset right now, so I think he can't hear me, but it's possible that he is. So he's just listening to me, you know, snitching myself. Find some uranium for him. I'd have to bring it to him somehow. I don't know how I'm going to do that without killing myself many more times than him. Wow, Make a Big Back wants me to spare him. Why? Well, okay. I understand why, but... Make a Big Mac, you did have a question a little bit ago that I didn't answer. What time do you guys usually end stream? That's right. Normally we'd be ending stream at about 20 minutes, but we got started late, so we're going to go an extra hour and a half. So we are technically only halfway through the stream, so we have another 2 hours to go. Finish him, says Armand. When Doc gets back, I will finish him.
All right. I have returned.
Don't tell him what we did, chat. Don't tell him.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Why did you do that to me, Robert?
It just, just to remind you that I have the hub.
Yes, where are you going to put it? Oh, stop it.
Hide the body.
Ah. And you did that without even getting paid for it, didn't you?
Correct, yes.
Shows your
I did-
true personality. Shows your true colors.
I did it for the love of the game, as they
For
say.
the love of the game, as they say. Okay. Oh, dear. I'm just not much of a revenge seeker, am I? Not that I could. Okay. Did I get enough stuff here? I need more iron plate if I'm going to make any more platforms. Why is this container empty? It's all in your bags.
Oh,
Robert?
that's what all junk is in my hand. Oh my gosh.
Can you come throw away the alien remains and the slugs and the sloops
Yes,
and the
gladly.
mercerspheres?
Ugh, all this trash in the hub.
It's staying there so that we can use it, Robert.
That's why you put the container next to the hub. Oh gosh. Get rid of all this. Ooh-wee. I'll even contribute a few of my own.
Do we want any more coupons?
Look at those slugs we got.
Yeah, good number of slugs, huh?
Yep. Coupons? I mean, we got a few there, but at this point, we should have quite a few more. I think we've had a couple of sinks been going.
Okay. I just don't know where a sink is at the moment. I'm disoriented a bit.
Sure.
And
John Royston noted that this was friendly fire, in quotes.
oh, friendly, huh?
Friendly fire, yeah.
Friendly, deadly fire. Okay,
Yes.
that's interesting concept.
Okay. I have the iron rod line done. Now I just got to move on to getting the frames.
Okay.
The frames. And I need rotors.
You need rotors to make the machinery to make the frames, right? And I need rotors too. So, one thing I think we need to do is we need to containerize. Oh, wow, you must have just taken the rotors from there.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, you did.
So I had closed the blinds over in front of the couch a couple days ago here. And I did it because I was going to lay on the couch for a little bit and take a quick snooze. I forgot to open them up again. And so the dogs have just been whining and crying this morning, all on top of me. I realized that they wanted to look out the window. They couldn't look out the window.
Oh,
And they were
dear.
very sad.
Ah, that's crazy silly.
Yeah. But it's the kind of thing that they can't tell you. They're just gonna whine until
Yep.
you finally understand.
Yep, exactly. So I've got a little bit of an issue. Do I go back and use some of those slugs to get shards so that I can overclock the pumps? Or do I just try to find another body of water and bring it from even farther to try to get enough water for the coal generators?
Let's move the coal to the water. Let's be sane here.
You are bad.
What? Find a body of water that's big enough and move the coal over there. You've
Yes,
recommended
sir.
it. You yourself have recommended that.
I will deconstruct where I've got the current coal being built, and I will move it toward
really?
the water. I only put 2 there. I'm just whining to give you a hard time.
Oh, okay. Well, stop whining.
I guess what I'd like to do is spend some of those and get like pipe floor holes and the side floor walls, the side conveyor ports for walls and
You're
such.
talking tickets?
Yeah, using tickets to do that. I don't think we've spent anything in this world for that stuff.
I did a little bit.
Oh, that's right, to get the asphalt.
Yeah. Etragon says, so I'm playing all pure random nodes. A coal showed up at the top of the waterfalls in the green fields. What a win.
Cool.
That's a good spot for it. Doc played random nodes, and he got uranium nodes spoiling half the things in the green fields, and then couldn't find much iron to save his life, which is pretty funny.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
And One Metal Fist says, that's why I recommend using fine concrete and cheap silica. You get the same amount of concrete from the fine concrete recipe, and from the silica chips, you also get silica that you can reuse for concrete. So you're basically getting 2 materials at once you can use later in the game. Yeah? Etragon says, yeah, actually same for me. I have 2 uranium in the green fields, and oh my gosh, Caterium everywhere. And not a whole lot of iron. Yeah. Hey, Doc, can you take Wolfman's question in the office?
Just a second. Okay. Interesting.
He's over on YouTube.
Okay. Alrighty. Over on YouTube, what? Call sign Wolfman?
Yes, sir.
Okay, we have a question from Call Sign Wolfman. He says, what is your take on pumps when traveling a long distance, especially for players that's on a console doesn't have the 1.2 experimental update? Well, the experimental update didn't change much about pipes that we can tell yet. You wouldn't be transferring the liquids by truck because you're not on 1.2 yet. So basically, I try not to transport any liquids long distance. That would include water or fuel or oil or any of the liquids that are true liquids. Now, the concept changes when you've got gases, because the gases like nitrogen and so forth don't require any pumps. But once you start transferring long distance, you've got to keep on worrying about whether you're going uphill or downhill. And sometimes you can't tell how much of an uphill you've gone to until you find that your pipes just aren't transferring the liquid through there. So I would try to move whatever you're doing with it closer to your work, like the discussion we just had about coal. Move the coal power plant to the water rather than trying to move the water to the coal. That kind of a concept, so that you don't have to transport liquids long distance. It's troublesome, it's difficult, and it doesn't stay consistent for some reason. And I don't completely understand why it wouldn't stay fixed when you fixed it. But that seems to be the case with liquids at this point. So if you can, move your functions to move whatever you're using the liquid for to the liquid rather than trying to transport long distance. I think you'll be a lot happier with it. So I hope that helps. Let's get back to the game. How many hours do you have in this save, says Kinder Ministrin. In this save, we can hit escape here. And I need to save anyway. It looks, when I hit save here. Okay, it says we have 16 hours. So not too long. Not too long at all.
Yep. Now that's 16 hours of two of us playing together.
Right, exactly. Okay, so I got that out of my bag, but that didn't really help me much. Okay, I was just trying to get the area cleared. So there's water here that kind of snakes around. It becomes water over here. This is a weird shaped lake. And there's more of that water over here that ends. And then there's a pond over here. That is right there. And
One Metal Fist says it's really annoying. They said they were fixing water, but all they did was throw in trucks, which doesn't fix pipes or anything associated with it.
they did a little bit more than just the trucks. They did increase the capacity of the train liquid cars. But I don't know.
That's something.
Yeah, I don't know yet how much they did on the sloshing issues. So all right, I have now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5 water pumps, which means that I've got 600 total coming out natively without overclocking. So I can bring the platform over here. Need to get up on the platform. I need to make a way to get up on that platform easily. Oh, come on. All right. So I'm going to make this little finger extension here large enough to have the coal power plants up here. I'm going to go ahead and put at least one row getting closer to the pumps. And of course, it doesn't remember that I wanted to zoop, but oh well.
One Metal Fist said, I already read that, sorry.
Okay.
It's Voovy time, says, hey Doc, why are you doing 100x space elevator parts?
Because it's there. I don't know why.
Ridiculous.
Because Robert wanted me to, and I'm going to blame it totally on him.
I think actually chat kind of decided on this
Yeah.
show. It came down to we Doc's played the game a couple times before, and the other piece, the 100x space elevator parts, is the fact that part cost is only half, which means we're producing a lot of parts very quickly, which kind of breaks the conveyor math.
Yep, it does.
A lot,
Okay.
but it's a lot of fun too.
All right. Robert, could you look up on the wiki how much water these coal power plants need?
Okay. I think inspecting a coal power plant should tell you that as well.
I would hope so. Let's see.
Okay.
I know on the fuel ones they don't tell you how much. No, it tells me how much water, but not how much coal for some reason. So 50 meters cubed. So 600 means that I can do 12, and I do need a loop for that. That's fine. Actually, I'm going to do a modified loop since I've got these all lined up. I'm just going to have this one putting it in the outside, this far one here putting on the outside here, and these three in the middle just putting them interspersed in the middle. So
okay.
And I can build 12 power plants based on 600 if they need 50 meters cubed each. And I've got plenty of coal, so I don't have to worry about how much coal I have. Oh, come on.
What's up?
Cable. Missing cable.
Oh, yeah. Hey, about that dimensional depot, Doc.
Yes, about that dimensional depot. You got that unlocked yet?
No, I don't think we have enough to unlock it yet.
Nope.
Although I'm almost done building the frame factory, so as soon as I'm finished with this, we good.
Well, after we do have... Do we have the steel factory put together yet?
No.
No. Okay, so the next thing we have to do is the steel factory.
Yeah. I think you're expecting progress to happen much faster than what it ever realistically will.
Always. Always.
One Metal Fist says, I can tell you what's going on with sloshing. They didn't fix it. It's still in the game, and I've been tracking it because it's one of the most annoying issues for me. I keep finding new ways to deal with it, which is fun. When they said they fixed fluids, I expected more than just surface changes. Right now, it feels like they just give us a liquid truck solution and increased train capacity instead of fixing the core problem.
Yeah.
I see. Sloshing is the inherent side effect of the system they designed. They would have to decide they want to completely jettison the way liquids work and redesign it from the ground up to get rid of sloshing. Because sloshing is just the negative word for the manner in which it balances sections of pipes, right?
Balances sections of pipes. Okay.
Well, like, you
Going
know what
from
I'm saying?
one pipe. Yeah, I think I know what you're saying.
Yeah. So it just... Now, they did, there is some precedent for that because they did just completely throw out what we did, how they used to make truck routes, right? They completely threw that out and just modified the train route concept for trucks, right?
Yeah,
Completely rebuilt it from the
exactly.
ground up, so...
That is sweet. When you get to start working on trucks, I enjoy working on trucks now.
Yeah. Ruben says, Doc, are you really seeking cable?
Am I really sinking cable?
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
Yes, you're sinking cable?
Yes.
Okay.
We had a cable line that was completely backed up.
You filled a container and you put a smart splitter on that we don't have to make sure that we only put overflow in it, right?
Yes, exactly. I put the smart splitter on it that we don't have. Yes, that is correct.
Okay. Just making sure.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah. I am going to go ahead and take the dogs outside. It's been a couple hours.
Okay.
Gonna give them a second to relieve themselves, but
Okay.
finish building the slime.
See you when you get back. Alrighty. Okay, let's see if I can connect these two platforms. Okay, so I have placed how many of these? I need to get some more cable to place more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I need to put 5 more in here. Okay, so I think I can get 5 more in there. That should be fine. But I have to run home and get more cable in order to do that. So let's go get some more cable. Okay. Pressure issues they need to fix. If the flow pressure system works properly, sloshing wouldn't even happen. That's true. If you could set valves correctly, you'd never see it. But since valves don't behave as they should, yeah, true, and require unstable pressure, it becomes a bigger problem. Yep. Haven't known valves to fix the problem is the issue. Alrighty. Okay, good. Okie dokie. I'm gonna.
Hello.
Hi.
I'm back.
Both dogs out?
Both dogs are back in. They
Okay.
did their duty. They came back in. There were chickens out there camping out underneath the treehouse,
Oh, really?
which is the location where they are tied out when they're outside. So,
Yep.
no, we just let them do their business and go back in. So
Okay.
the
good.
dogs were entirely convinced for a few seconds there that they had gotten their Christmas presents early.
Oh, with the chickens?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll bet they thought that. I get to chase chickens. No, you don't. Has it been better in any way since the other 3 roosters were put on the dinner table?
One, they're making a ton less noise. Otherwise, the behavior of the chickens has been the same. I haven't noticed any issues.
Okay.
So I think it's all good.
Okay.
Yep. One Metal Fist says, in most cases... Oh, okay. So One Metal Fist is still talking about the sloshing issues.
Uh-huh. Yeah, and I
It
read
says-
that one out loud.
Oh, you did? Okay, I guess I'll
Yeah.
read it myself then.
Yeah, he makes a good point.
Ah, yeah, sure. Yeah, fixing the valves is one thing. And I think
Sorry.
the way the valves work, I think, is just wrong.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just a weird way of making it work that I think they could just do better on. But
Okay. Okay, we're going to run this pole along here because it's going to be right along the road.
okay.
And we might have to jog the road around a rock in the middle. This rock in the middle there.
There's a rock that's big enough and high enough to hit our road.
Yes.
Wow. What if the road went up? Would that be too much disruption?
No. We could have the road go up and have the we could just have oh, what? Wire's too long. Good grief. We could just have the road go up and over that, and then come right back down to the level of the platform.
Okay. Oscar says, so wait, so Doc is not a chicken rancher? I mean, Doc
What do you
owns
mean?
chickens.
I do own chickens. I'm not a chicken rancher, no. They're for our personal use.
Yeah. And by personal use, he means we eat them.
Yeah.
No, for the most part, they're egg chickens.
Yep.
And egg chickens and meat chickens are not the same. A good meat bird matures much, much faster than a good egg bird.
And no, we don't name our chickens.
Drumstick. I think that's a good chicken.
Drumstick is a good chicken name.
Yeah, I think drumstick.
Or wing.
Yeah. First time chat from Spider Force 09.
Okay.
That's actually a great university question that you should answer.
Okay. Let me just power these up.
We are making 40 modular frames per minute.
Okay, that's pretty
pace.
good. Yeah, that's a
Yep.
decent pace. Okay. Alrighty. Well, let's go to the university, and it's the first time chat there for Spider Force.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we have a question from Spider Force. It says, I have unlocked oil and I'm planning to make a turbo fuel plant down in the blue crater with 3 oil, 2 coal, and 2 sulfur, all pure. I have a motor factory set up and I'm planning to make a rubber factory soon so I can craft fuel generators. I currently have a coal setup generating 3.6 gigawatts. That's pretty hefty. Can I and should I wait for rocket fuel? And is turbo fuel worth it at this stage? At that stage, turbo fuel definitely is worth it. Because in order to make rocket fuel, you have to have turbo fuel anyway. So make the turbo fuel and work on that for a while. Then if you want to embellish it and make it into rocket fuel, you can feed the rocket fuel in there too. It's definitely worthwhile, especially if you've got those resources fairly close together, and you can go ahead and deliver on getting those together to make the turbo fuel. That's a great idea. So yeah, go forward and make more energy, and let's go back to the game. All righty.
One Metal Fist says they simply didn't base valves on how real ones work. In reality, a valve controls flow. It restricts or stops the amount of water, not the pressure itself. In
Exactly.
the game, valves behave strangely because they're effectively adjusting pressure instead of flow. That's why the system feels inconsistent. They should have taken inspiration from real-world valves. If valves control the flow rate instead of pressure, sloshing would be far less of an issue and much easier to manage overall.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the valves themselves, I never use valves. I design around the need to have any valves at all because they're just...
Haven't found them to be useful.
Yeah. And, yeah, they're just...
Same
in my
simple.
brain, they don't work properly. And so I have a hard time finding a use for them, even though I'm sure there is some. I'd rather design around any issues they may solve.
Yeah. Okay, I am going to put... Actually, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to get power to these things first. Oh, undo. Where's the undo key in this? Undo the fall.
Oscar asks, what do you call a herd of chickens?
A flock.
Yeah, kind of boring.
Yeah. A herd of chickens. Oh boy.
I mean, when chickens just get a flock, and you know, crows get a murder, you know, some are just not fair. And John Royston recently...
It's just not fair in what they call them.
Yeah, I mean,
saying? Okay.
yeah, crows get this super cool sounding group name, and chickens get a flock.
I hope that wasn't my. Yes, it was.
That's everything.
Okay, I'll go fix.
I mean, I did just bring 20 assemblers and whatnot online.
Okay, so it's your fault.
It's
taking
definitely
blame
my
for
fault.
it.
It's
Okay.
definitely my fault.
And then when I hooked up 5 more water extractors,
That was finally it.
That was the straw that broke the back.
Okay.
I was able to jump all the way over to that. Oh.
Don't you love the Blade Runners?
Yes, I do.
And Bad Pugs here says, morning.
Good morning. Oh, what are you doing? What are you doing? I came back to fix it, and you're messing it up.
I was just pulling it out here so we have a bit more room for stuff, but it's
Okay,
fine.
I'll just let you work on it then. I'll
Okay.
keep working on the coal plan. I thought you wanted me to come in and fix it, so I came all the way here.
No, I'm done with my current project, so you do continue. I got this. I'm sorry, I should have communicated that. Mark says, Robert, how did you add the background with those banners? You'd add a doggo on its bed on the floor, making it look something creepy. I'll have to think about that.
Yeah.
How I did it though was less exciting than what you might imagine. I just took a I took a video, then I took a screenshot from that video, and just sent that screenshot to ChatGPT and told it what to make. Afterwards, I did have to do some positing and some whatever to make it fit back in the video nicely, but it is just an AI image for Doc University. I had designed the Doc University banner, and I took a video of the background. I just said, hey, put this there, and it did it. So.
All right. We have the 12 there. And we made it just before the rock. Good job. Good job. Okay, and how much coal do these things need? Come on. And we still don't know how much coal they need. Can it? And that's because you could use coal, you could use compacted coal, you could use a variety of coal. So it doesn't actually tell you how much coal it needs until you have figured out what coal you're going to use. Okay, let's go to this. These wimpy Mark I pipes.
Okay, turning back on.
Okay.
Leslie says there's an icon you can click on the top left
To do what?
to see how much you need. Or how much coal it consumes.
Okay. Let me go look.
So an edited relative begin.
Icon you can use at the top left.
Yeah. See that little flashing round icon?
Interesting. Okay. 15 per minute.
There you go.
I got 15 times 12, so I don't have to do that in my head, is 180, and I get 120 with one conveyor belt. So until I get a better conveyor belt.
Oh
20.
my gosh, Doc, look at our chart. Look at our power poles. I added 6 more.
I can do 8 and then 4. Okay. You added 6 more and it's still not enough, right? Oh man. A little bit tight there, don't you think?
Yes.
There's plenty of biofuel there. So, and there are 3 constructors making the biomass, and I think 2 constructors making the solid biofuel. So you should be plenty from that regard. You should be able to make that line as long as you want it.
It basically just comes down to, does the conveyor, is the conveyor long enough?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yep.
So, but yeah, we have plenty started up. We're making 120 a minute, and these things burn a maximum of 4 per minute. Oh gosh. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. You can make a really long line with that.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Oh gosh. I forgot that I had a length.
And one moment it says
length limitation. Go ahead.
don't forget you can use petroleum coke in the fuel in the coal generators.
Yeah.
Which burns a lot slower, so a lot more efficient.
I just need to be able to get to the point of unlocking oil to get that, so that's not an option at the moment. Damn it.
What happened?
I just backed up and fell off.
Oh.
And it doesn't look like I'm going to be able to get
Oh.
back up there very easily.
Is the stream struggling for everyone, or is it just me? My live
I hope it's
preview
just
is
you.
way delayed, and keeps on circling.
Okay. I just hit the
Okay, it's
refresh
up.
button when that happens
Okay.
at this point, so.
And we have another question from WT Online.
Okay.
You should take in the office.
That I should take in the office.
Uh-huh.
All right, let's go to the office then. And it's what? WT Online, that first time chat? Boy, first time chat, come up with a great question. Appreciate that. So WT Online Stream says, I'm building a nuclear power plant. At the moment, I have it built to handle 20 nuclear reactors. I have already Mark V belts unlocked and Mark III miners. Should I add more with the logistic hat I have? I've brought one pure uranium node and also from iron, copper, and I am on top of the sea. And Lim, maybe you could finish that sentence. 20 built it to make 20 nuclear reactors. What I would do is I would finish out those nuclear reactors with the waste. Get the waste totally handled, because with 20 you're going to have waste building up pretty quick. So handle the waste first. And then if you want to expand it, then by all means, go ahead and, leave yourself room at the end of your manifold to expand it. But I would say handle the waste, figure out how you're going to deal with the waste, whether you're going to sink the plutonium pellets to get a lot of coupons and points, coupon points in the awesome shop, or whether you're going to go on and try to make the plutonium plants and then the fixonium plants. Either way, I would kind of try to build it incrementally, in the respect that 20 is a lot to handle already. Get your waste handling issue down, and then go ahead and expand it. It's fun to see how much power you can make with those things, because they are really, really powerful machines. So I hope that helps. Let's go back to the game. Okay. Does petroleum also generate more power or not? It generates more power than coal, just like biofuel and coal. Coal makes more power than biofuel with less resources. So
Well,
what?
It lasts longer, which therefore it can run more generators. Is the correct way of saying it.
Petroleum
Uh-huh.
lasts longer than what?
Petroleum coke lasts longer than coal.
Oh, it didn't say Coke
Oh, yeah.
from on
Okay,
the
so
Lesol
you're
thing.
imagining oil. Yes, oil is better
Yes,
than coal. Yes.
and petroleum coke does last longer in a coal power plant than does regular coal. So yeah, it does increase the amount of energy is produced. It's actually they produce the same amount of energy, but the petroleum coke just lasts longer, so you don't need as much of that resource. And it allows you usually to build more power plants. Like for example, with only 120 coming in on each belt, I can only fill up 8 of these machines at once. With petroleum coke, it lessens the amount I have to add per minute, so I could probably do the whole line with petroleum coke. That's the impact that it has. All right, I am putting T connectors until I don't need T connectors.
Silvio Antonio says, I'm from Brazil, and sometimes I forget that we're one of the few countries that aren't burning anything to produce energy.
Really? What do you do to produce energy? I mean, are you totally on wind and solar? That would be pretty amazing if you were. It's really odd the way these sometimes just don't snap. They just put even holding the control key down, they don't snap into
Hydropower.
place.
They have
okay, hydroelectric.
of course.
Yeah,
That's
tons
fine.
and tons of rivers. Yeah. I know Washington, when we lived there, Washington was almost totally hydro, with the exception of a couple nuclear generators.
Yeah. Very cool.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, hydroelectric, in my mind, is the best of any green power generation, because water precipitates, rivers are created, and damming up a river and just creating electricity from that is just a great use of natural resources. It doesn't take rare earth minerals like solar does. It doesn't depend on the fluctuations of the weather like wind does.
Unless you have a long, severe drought, but that's not usually the case.
Yeah. I'm putting a sink and getting rid of 2 of these 3 massive storage containers of rods you have sitting here doing nothing.
I might need those rods someday, Robert.
Doc? No.
Okay, so it's not going to let me update a T connection with a 4-way connection with a T connection. Oh, shucks. So I'm going to go ahead and, what have I got here? I have 12, which means that I have 10 in the middle. I have 5 generators, so every other one of these could use a water pump. And that's about right, yeah. So, all right, water pipe from there to there.
John Royston says, back when I was in academy, I was in photovoltaics. I was looking at earth-abundant and non-toxic quaternary compound solar cells like CZTS. They're safe and abundant, but the output is low.
Huh.
And yeah, the idea is if we could make solar function off of, like you said, safe and abundant resources, solar would be amazing.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll get there eventually.
Yeah. It's just a matter of letting the technology catch up to the needs of people.
Has any scientists sold any solar-powered handbags yet? That might help out a little bit.
Get all those envious young women to buy the handbags and finance
There
it.
you go. There you go. I like it. Mark says, which is why I don't understand that the Americans and Canadians have not put in a turbine hydropower system at the base of Niagara Falls to catch the water to feed the turbines that produce vast amounts of power.
Yeah. Yep.
We do have some really big dams and that are producing a lot of power here in the U.S. We should do more. I would love to have more, but
Well, these pipes are actually filling up. I'm still going to put pumps on them because they're still rising way too much. Like, for example, this one's full here and only partially full there. I still need to put pumps on these. So, but
we have a row of 8 constructors making wire at 30 per minute.
Okay.
And that's 240. Also known as too much for our conveyors. Sync time.
I'm glad you found that because I made that mistake at least twice, and now you found a third instance where I've made it. Did I put that one together, or was that one that you put together?
Yeah, this is one of yours, one of the really early ones.
Yep, I made that mistake a couple, 3 times. Yeah,
What
now
metal?
you found a third, so okay.
Yeah, Remnant Kin says, I think he's talking about solar power, is useful in the desert with little water. Yep. And One Metal Fist says, if you want solar to reach its full potential, we need to figure out one thing: how plants do it. What leaves do in photosynthesis is incredible. They take sugars, water, and sunlight and convert that into stored energy. That's basically the peak form of harvesting energy from the sun. Yep. And Lesl asks, is Robert also streaming at the moment? No,
He is not.
No,
He is not. And frankly, we could, once we get a little bit more bandwidth on our internet, have you stream on Doc and Sons and me stream on Gaming with Doc, and just do both. So.
Yeah. I mean, if you'd like. Oh my gosh! Have you been building that much?
I just built.
Oh my gosh, power. No, actually, I think it's my fault because I've been going around optimizing factories.
Okay. Yeah,
So
because I didn't actually add any power to any of this stuff yet. So, but I'm gonna need to. I'm gonna take a quick break. I'll be right back.
Okay. While Doc is still up in Michigan, I actually could very easily stream here because nobody else is using the bandwidth. For those who don't know, we are unfortunately on satellite. We've been using Starlink ever since we moved out here to the middle of nowhere. There is no good internet anywhere around here, so yeah, we're streaming entirely on satellite, which explains kind of the quality of the streams for the most part. Unfortunately, they aren't as good as we'd like them to be. So, although the chances of us getting fiber in the next 5 years is, I think, decent. There we go. We now have 6 more power. Let's see if I can steal some from an early one. There you go, Mark. Yeah. Mark wants us to do Doc and Son so we can take all the punishments over there. So Doc doesn't know what's coming. Very smart. It's done. That's done. I think I'm ready to turn power back on. Let's see what happens.
Is your mic on? Okay. I got a message back from the apartment people. They said that, well, I asked them to double check, but they said like this is up at the end of September. Yeah. I told them, I signed a 6-month lease and it's supposed to,
If you want-
I signed it, I started in December, like, there's no reason it should be like that, so they're double checking on it, but.
Good. All righty.
Power's back on, Doc.
Putting my ears back on. You got the lights on again, I see, Robert. But I'm very close to getting these coal power plants up and running, so hopefully that will help.
Well, man.
And
There we
what?
go. Now we have a little more headroom again. For
Okay,
a little
and-
bit longer.
And now I'm attaching water pumps to that, and hopefully I won't break it.
Yeah. One metal fish,
Okay.
where did you post that? I didn't see your message come through.
Okay, time to put the splitters on here. Okay, here we go.
And then we have a quick question from Lezel as soon as you are ready to go.
To my office to answer it.
I think so. It's a quick one.
And this one is going to come in from the other side. 2, 3, and 4. Okay. All right, let's go. Let's go take it from Lezel
Yep. On Twitch.
on Twitch. I see. Okay, the 80 iron.
Yep.
Okay.
810.
All right, 810. Okay. Okay, we have a question from Lezel. He says, I'm dealing with 180 iron ore. Would you recommend using logistic floors or not? If you're dealing with a lot of conveyors, it's really not how much iron ore you're dealing with, because if you have Mark 6 belts already unlocked, 800 iron ore is just one belt. If you're dealing with the Mark 3 belt, then 280 is the usual. 270, yes, okay. 270 is the usual for Mark 3 belts. And since Mark 3 belts would have to be divided into 3 of them, you would then need to potentially, I would use stacked conveyors to see if you can kind of clean things up. Logistic floors might help, especially if you're doing this over and over with other products. Like you've got a lot of iron ore, but you've also got a lot of copper ore running through, or copper ingots, or any other product, and you just have a lot going back and forth. Yes, Robert on several occasions in this factory has decided to go down to move it across the road and go under the platform and go across the road and back up into the other factories. That is a good technique to make things continue looking clean. You notice we've have a lot of conveyors that are just going around the place over there as well. Trucks help, trucks or trains also help with that transport as well, unless it's just going a short distance. So yeah, having a logistics floor like the one that you see in the distance over there, we have the logistics floor, and then the top floor there is one where we're actually building the machinery. And the logistics floor just makes it easier to kind of make things look good. So hope that helps, and let's go ahead and go back to the game. Oop, punched the wrong button. Did I didn't actually get to the office, did I?
Huh. I guess not.
I must
That's all
have
good.
I must have pressed the wrong button. So there's a mark at the end of that one, but not at the beginning, is basically the way that'll shake out.
We'll find that. I love those marks. They're so nice.
Yeah, okay. Oh, I need to bring power over to here, so let me grab a power pole here.
Okay.
Let's go here.
I'm seeing our capacity go up and down. Is that because of you? Do you have anything running yet?
No.
Okay, then that's just these biofuel generators being going
Yeah,
on and offline because the conveyor, because the whole thing is so long.
Okay. Yeah,
Such
they
a long
probably have
manifold.
it.
Those last few are taking a long time to spool up.
I betcha. Betcha they do.
And Spider4 says, thanks for all your help, Doc. I need to get to sleep. I'm from Australia, and it's 5 a.m. here. Oh my
And you're
gosh.
just now thinking of getting to sleep. Maybe you work nights. I don't know. That's pretty late getting to sleep. See you on the next stream. Thanks for coming.
So a chroma did. I did get it. A chroma. Sorry. One metal fist. Gosh darn it. I got a couple messages from One Metal Fist that I quite highly resent.
Uh-oh.
How accurate they are.
You resent how accurate they are?
Yes.
Uh-oh.
I think they were sent to you as well.
Okay.
Well, first off, the first one that was sent on Tuesday was somebody had mocked up a can of Monster that was branded to be WD-40.
Uh-huh.
It's like, yeah, it lubricates everything. That was pretty good. The one he just sent today was Bugs Bunny.
Okay.
And he's using a can of WD-40 and some duct tape. He says, I'm not old. I just need some WD-40 and a little duct tape. He just hold himself together. It's pretty
Okay.
great.
Yeah, that is.
Why are you guys not running? I love manifolds. They're just not conducive to a factory that you want to have 100% uptime on.
Yeah, that's true. I'm missing reinforced iron plate again. Running back again.
Okay, I'm going to plop down a map, see what it's going to take for us to get those unlocked.
To get what unlocked?
Dimensional Depot, which means I need to go find some SAM and do all that stuff. Anonym Kim asks, is 1.2 already out?
It is on the experimental branch, yes. It's just not out in public for console users or for, the regular users. So, unless you want to open up the experimental branch and install that.
So far, we've been playing it for. You played probably a good 20 hours or so of it.
Oh, at least.
We haven't had any game-breaking bugs. In fact, I don't think I've had any bugs at all.
Yeah, I haven't had any crashes yet. So.
And I've opened up old worlds in it. Just fine. The only restriction being that you can't use mods on it yet.
Yep. And I opened an old world yesterday to do the Ping Players video for steel in
Yeah.
the new version. So, yeah. And it said, you know, I started off in the rain. Thrilling.
Come on, Doc. You lived in Seattle. You have to love the rain.
Oh, that's why I hate the rain. Oh, I don't need that. I don't need plate. I need reinforced plate. Okay. What happened to my container that was getting the extra there? Okay.
Problem?
Okay, I had a container that was collecting extra reinforced iron plate. Nice.
Yeah. There's one container there left. There were two. There's now one.
Where? There. Maybe that's it?
I have a factory on the other side of it now, so it's not open and as visible as it used to be. We need depots.
Yes, we need depots. Okay.
One Metal Fist says they're basically like a new car right now, tuning the final version, making it the last adjustments before they release it onto the road.
Yep.
I did see the stream title yesterday that they had a new build coming out next week. Does anybody know what changes, or did they announce what changes are coming in the new build?
I hope somebody does.
Mm-hmm. John Orston says that 1.2's been really stable for him as well. So
Yeah, we got 16 coupons in the sink right now, and I think it's 24 that we've got in the crate and on the hub.
okay,
So
cool.
all right, we will have cold power here in about 5 to 10 more minutes.
Pisani says, I've had one crash on 1.2, with the only bug being belts not working properly from time to time. Oh, okay.
Interesting. I've not had any belts issue at all.
Yeah. Anonymous Kim says, would you like to go on a vacation? 1 year rock, maybe? R-A-K. I don't know where that is. Doc?
Doesn't sound familiar to me either.
I am currently out exploring for Sam.
Okay.
I'm ready for dimensional depots.
There
I'm
is
very ready for dimensional depots.
There's a cave to the north that has Sam at the end of a short cave.
Yes, that is what I'm looking for specifically.
Okay. See, I don't know that I really want to give up my knowledge of where things are.
Give up? Okay.
Yeah, to go to random nodes.
Ah, gotcha. Yeah. So, TJ and Gideon were over here playing Magic again yesterday.
Yeah?
And they are like 11 and 13 years old, I think. And
TJ is... Yeah, that's right. He's about 13 now.
okay. And Gideon reads the flavor text on a card. It says something like, you know, knowledge is something that once stolen can never be returned.
Okay.
And he didn't like that. He wanted to argue with the idea that it can't be returned.
Okay.
In his mind, well, I mean, you can forget things. So if you can forget it, then, you know, you can get rid of that from your brain.
Okay.
Yeah.
Logic of an 11-year-old, I guess.
Yeah. It was interesting because, you know, the first half of the conversation was, what do you mean stealing knowledge? You can't steal knowledge. You can't take it away from people. Sure.
Okay.
What do you call when you go and look at things, or you go study things you're not supposed to, or didn't belong to you, right?
Uh-huh.
Then are you
Right.
stealing the knowledge?
Mm-hmm.
No, you're stealing the book, not the knowledge. Okay, that makes sense. Anyway.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Well,
it was a funny conversation with a kid. So
that would be a funny conversation because, you know, there are all kinds of circumstances in the legal profession where you can steal knowledge. It's called intellectual property.
that's true. Well, sure. If we referred to it there, that I guess it's not the knowledge itself; it's the application of the knowledge, the use of the knowledge, right?
Well, sometimes it's stealing patents and stealing the actual knowledge.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess you're right. I didn't think about that side of it. And ICDM notes that knowledge can be rediscovered. It's art and religion that would be lost if forgotten.
Mm-hmm.
That is true.
That is.
And much more art and religion has been lost than ever was known. And was ever retained, unfortunately. One Metal Fist says that they checked online. There's nobody's talking about any new features. So either they weren't told, or it just wasn't anything crazy enough to make anybody actually comment about it.
Okay.
Mistakes have been made. Ouch. Ouch.
What mistakes are we referring to?
I fell off a ladder. I'm very tall.
Oh, you fell off. Nothing related to the previous conversation.
No, sorry. And One Metal Fist says, just so you know, Robert, we don't really forget things. More accurately, we merge old information with other things we actually use. So most of what we think we've forgotten isn't truly gone, it's just blended with similar memories, making it harder to separate and access. You know,
Yep.
It sounds like we're kind of destroying the anti-AI argument. Ruh-roh. Sorry. Maybe that's a bit of lateral thinking there, but one of the arguments that I heard early on against AI training on data was the fact, oh well, it stores information there. And well, it doesn't really store information the way you think it does. It has like kind of this abstract version of any information it gains. And then, you know, our brains also kind of store information abstractly. I might be too tired to try to be making a point right now while trying to also climb a ladder and find a cave. I don't know.
You didn't have to climb a ladder to get into that cave.
I know, but I do to get this this slug I see up here. So.
Oh, gotcha.
Sorry, I'm getting distracted.
Aren't you glad I unlocked ladders?
I am very glad that you unlocked ladders.
Or am I remembering another one of my games and you unlocked the ladders here?
I think I did, actually. That's why I reacted that way.
That's why you hesitated, huh?
Yeah. Okay. No, I'm out of rods. I can't make any more ladders. I'm stuck on top of the wrong mountain. See, guys, this is why I don't dual stream. Okay?
Because you make fun of yourself?
No, so I can space out and do the wrong thing and make mistakes and not let it be known and just mock you about it. Your mistakes instead.
Oh, it hasn't even got there yet. Okay. Gosh, these conveyors are so slow.
Mark says, why not just build a ramp close to the hydro plants? You don't have to stretch those aging legs, Doc.
Build a what close to it?
A ramp? He just says,
Yeah.
not worth my time. What a silly suggestion. Why would I do such a thing?
Oh gosh, stop it. Good grief.
Jerkby says, I discovered your channel a few days ago, immediately ran into my group last night with all the tips and tricks I had learned. Amazing
Cool.
stuff, Doc.
Cool, thanks. Why'd you choose to compact these so close together over here?
Because we have very finite space and there's not enough room to expand, and if we don't compact them together, we're going to run out of space. And...
We have finite space, do we?
No, I shouldn't have made them so close. I do that, unfortunately. No. I'm gonna have to look this up on a map. I don't want to look up on a map where the stupid entrance is to this cave, Doc.
Okay. You don't want to, huh?
I don't. I want to.
It's a hard end.
Find it.
It is a hard.
Exploring it.
Yeah, it is a hard entrance to find the first time.
I just found it. See, that's
good.
why I had to complain. I had to complain so I could find it. And it's behind an obelisk. A rock.
Behind a rock you have to break?
Yep.
Oof. Oof.
So I'm going to find some sulfur.
Make an explosive. We are now at 4%. We just hit 4,000 smart plate. Woohoo.
That's so funny. There's
Only
some sulfur.
4%. We've been playing for 2 hours, 3 hours.
Something like that.
Yeah, we've been going for 3 hours. Yeah.
Blood Metal Fist continues, says, when our brain wants to remember something, it uses a color, an object, or some detail as a reference point. That becomes the anchor. From that point, it compresses the surrounding information. Later, when we recall it, the brain uses that same reference to rebuild the memory and reconstruct the conversation. AI works in a similar way. It uses keywords or points from what you said as reference anchors to connect back to earlier parts of the conversation. From those anchors, it reconstructs context and meaning. It doesn't truly remember like a human, but links patterns and rebuilds the flow based on what's most relevant, making it feel like it's recalling the conversation. Thank you for saying it more clearly than I obviously could. I appreciate that. Ruben asked, Doc, how many push-ups can you do?
0. My shoulder replacement won't let me do a push-up. Believe me.
Oh, that's right.
I don't have a lot of push ability with this arm, this shoulder. So at least at this point of its development. So all right, you see the power on the screen? It's not quite there yet, maybe.
Okay, it's working. Good.
It's starting to. Yep, it's starting to get.
Okay, what else
Starting to get in gear.
Leslie says, what I don't like about this game is that it's so addicting.
What he doesn't like about this game is that he likes it too much. Isn't that basically what he just said?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. All right, now that we've got our first coal power plant up and running, I still have 2 more coal nodes but I've used all the water that I can get from here. So should I make another platform a little farther down here so I can use this next pond? How many water extractors can I get on this little thing? Probably 2, maybe 3. So no, I have to go to the big lake in order to get any more.
John Royston said, someone had to talk about push-ups right when I started doing my exercises.
Ah, yeah. I'll be looking forward to getting some exercise by cutting down some trees when I get home.
Mm-hmm.
So that road is going to have to go over these rocks here too, because it looks like these are just a little above where the road would be, but not as high, maybe only 1 meter, and then come back down.
Ruben says, as a follow-up, what happened to your shoulder, Doc?
I was pulling a tarp, and there was a rock on the ground, a fairly large rock on the ground, enough to trip me. And I was pulling sideways, and for some reason struck out my shoulder, and caught myself on my elbow. And instead of just jamming inward, it jammed upward and tore this top of this rotator cuff. Did a good number on it, boy.
Yeah.
Not fun.
Now, no, just for those keeping track at home, how many joint replacements is that now?
5.
It's number 5. So at what point are they going to install the motor on those joints?
I've inquired into that, and
Yeah.
Unfortunately, not quite yet.
That's too bad.
Yeah, it is too bad. Again, it's not allowing me to go over a place where there's a slug. That's weird. A place where there is a... It's not letting me go over that. So as soon as you get some explosives, I got 2 rocks for you to explode there, Robert.
Okay.
Both have slugs in them.
I'm struggling to find the entrances that One Metal Fist is talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Because on the map, I mean, there's usually a thick line where the entrances are around the cave, and I only see a single thick line anywhere in the entire cave, and that's the entrance that's blocked off. And I don't remember any other entrances specifically.
No, that particular cave doesn't have a second entrance. It's a really, really narrow way. You can barely get a conveyor out of it. And then at the end of it, there's the mine.
But One Metal Fist think there's 3 other entrances that aren't blocked, so I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, he must not know exactly which one you're trying to get into.
Level says it's North Sea/coast. See, this SAM node is backed up to a river, not the sea.
Right.
And it's that very, like you said, the very narrow entrance that only a conveyor can fit through. So, but it looks like Lezel and One Metal Fist are both thinking about the same one.
Okay.
On Satisfactory calculator, we're looking at the one at 272 negative 261. As usual, wish we could show my screen, but we can't show my screen right now.
Yes.
So
I wish we could do that. Yes.
Maybe for Tuesday, I'll set it up and I will stream on Docking Sons. How about that?
Yeah, that'd
But then
be
again,
cool.
when are you coming home?
Don't know the exact day yet.
Okay.
Just because Spencer and I haven't been able to really talk it over.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So I might be sticking around till he gets the trailer hitch on Monday, but then again, I could probably install that after I come back up in a couple of weeks. So yeah, we just haven't had a chance to talk about it. Okay, it looks like we are stopped up in our creation of modular frames. So can we at least get a storage unit or something and keep this line running?
There is a storage unit on the modular frames.
And the modular frames are already filling that storage unit?
I made a good man. No, don't fall all the way off this stupid. I want a jetpack. Hi.
Yep,
Everything's
yep,
fine.
it is completely full already. So, are you going to make the versatile framework, or we need to make a?
No.
We need to make
no.
the. No,
We need
what?
We're not going to make this versatile framework. It's Steel Factory first.
Yeah, you're falling behind, Robert. Come on.
What are you talking about? Falling behind.
I'm working on the power really hard, and
And you just handle everything else.
yep. So what was I missing? I was missing regular plate. Okay.
There is another sand note way up high at the very top of the hills.
That's probably not accessible, at least with our current technology, is it?
I could just climb all the way up there.
Okay. And drop a conveyor down somehow?
Yeah, that's basically what I do.
All right. I'm off to making more. Don't go really off, please. There we go.
One Metal Fist, I sent you a picture. Leslie says 100,000 smart plating and versatile framework and 10,000 automated wiring is brutal.
Yep. And can you imagine what it's going to get like as it goes and the components get a little bit more complex? So yeah. Brutal? Yeah, I'd say.
Dr.
you're
Six
right.
Legs asks, do you know why I can't attach a conveyor lift directly to a smelter?
I don't. You should be able to.
Yeah.
On the
I'd
input or
say-
the output, either one.
Yeah, attach it to the smelter first, then to whatever else. It's probably an alignment issue.
Oh, come on, let me get it down from up here.
So, John Royston says, I was super unhealthy back at the end of 2024. I'm 6'2", weighed 315. Today I'm 185 and training for a half marathon. Did 8 miles Monday and 5 this morning.
Wow.
That's super impressive.
That is really working hard. So I didn't pick up any of the wood or anything from chopping those trees down.
Oh, shucks.
But I gotta have the trees gone because they are not even letting me see where I'm walking, so they're gonna go away anyway.
Well, if I can't figure out the SAM, I'm just going to do quartz and start working the quartz line.
Yeah, because you know where that is. You've seen that, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep. I mean, and we could use this to, and then sulfur, I've gathered, just to get an obelisk and blow it up anyway, so.
Okay. Okay, so if 120, okay, I can build another 12 coal power plants, but if I'm doing it close to the water, those 12 are going to be separated from each other.
Yeah.
And so that's just the way it's going to be.
I missed a comment by Eddie. He
Oh.
said, the real question is, how many more joints need to be to replace to get into the joint replacement loyalty program?
Yeah. Good question, probably. Yeah, my knees were bad growing up. I basically busted my knee in high school, my left knee. And then the repair job in that time frame was to simply take out the cartilage. Figuring the doctors at that point in time just figured it'd grow back on its own, right? Well, no, they found out later that the cartilage does not grow back in. So I was missing a cartilage and was walking bone on bone for many years. And frankly, they did remediation to try to get the arthritis out and things like that, because I was building up arthritis, the calcium around it. But ultimately, I convinced a doctor that I needed that knee replaced. That took an effort. That really took effort to do that, simply because the doctors back then felt that a knee replacement should last the rest of your life, and knee replacements were only lasting about 10 years at the time, so they were expecting a 40-year-old possibly to live only 10 years more. I said, no. And you got a situation also where I had kids in scouting and in all kinds of activities. I wanted to be there with them. And I couldn't exactly be there with them when, oh, come on, when I couldn't walk. I was walking on canes and whatever devices would help me to stay up. So, yay.
Yep, I was.
Come on, you moved.
I remember very specifically the year after he got his surgery, and we went to scout camp, and Doc just decided he wanted to take a run around the lake, and I was blown away because he'd never done that before.
Mm-hmm. That was good stuff.
Oh, Doc, no pipes.
Why would they do that to me?
Why would Lexi do that to you? Lexi would do that
because
to you.
she's Lexi.
Lexi. Because it's Lexi. Yeah. Lexi did it.
Okay. I just collected another Mercer sphere for us, Robert.
One Metal Fist, could you send me a picture of which one you're referring to? Because I only saw the two. I saw that one, the one that's all the way on top of everything, much farther west. Jerkby says, I'm only 36, but I played 10 years of football. My knees and ankles are destroyed. Stairs are not my friend.
Nope. Yeah, they would not be your friend.
He says, I'm waiting for real-life Blade Runners at this point. Yeah. That would be amazing. Doc, the real question is, you know, here you are hogging 5 joint replacements. Can you imagine how many iPhones they could build with the titanium in your body?
I don't know. Don't care. I
It's
got
my
it first.
titanium.
It's my titanium, yeah.
Not giving it back.
Yep. Okay, so how close am I to it? Okay, let's build another row here. Whoops, creatures in the way again. Get out of the way. Thank you. Alrighty. Well, let's put a coal generator up here. See, I don't quite have enough space in back yet.
Oh, wrong desert.
What?
Metal Fist.
Oh, was he
Yeah,
trying
yeah,
to get
like-
it in the Rocky Desert?
Yeah, I know what that one is. I just have to go I have to go on the other side of the map to get to that one. Yeah, we're in the Dune Desert. I have to go all the way over to the Rocky Desert to go get that, and go get it from over there, haul it all the way back over here.
But the Dune Desert is rocky, so maybe it was just an honest mistake.
Sure. I'm glad that I wasn't going blind. No, it's not. What do you mean the spot I picked is right next to the Rocky Desert? No? The spot I picked is the only... What? I'm not going crazy here. Please. I feel like I'm going crazy. The sand that I picked is the one that's in the Dune Desert, in the northern Dune Desert.
10, 11, one more.
The one you're talking about is over in the Rocky Desert, 2 biomes away. Oh,
Two biomes away.
Doc, we're done streaming
What's he
today, aren't we? We're done with this, aren't we?
Oh,
I'm
also
catching
next to the
flack
Rocky
from
Desert.
I'm catching flack from everyone here.
Okay. Hey,
Ruben
don't
says,
be...
is he always like this, Doc?
No, he's usually quite effective and efficient, and he usually knows what he's talking about, so I would believe him before I believe the people heckling him.
Jerkme says, do you think your network goes up the more titanium you have in your body?
My net worth goes up? Probably not.
I mean, I'm sorry, Doc. We're gonna have to bury you in with your titanium.
You're going to have to bury me with my titanium?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were going to say without it. Like, extract it before.
Nope. Nope. And Fond Cosmology says, "Hi, bro." To you.
Hi. Hi there. I got another brother.
And Mark says, Doug, why not use the money from the stream to get a robotic arm? At least that way you'll only need WD-40 weekly and no meds involved.
And no mess involved. Oh, wow.
No meds. A medication.
Oh.
And Luis Felipe says, I see you need a lot of resources to complete the phase. That's crazy. Do the ores produce more in this mode to make it possible?
No. The nodes don't produce anymore. I just need less nodes, is all. Okay, so this gets me down here, so when I want to search for summer sloops or other other stuff. How about if I say that since I can't get the words out?
Stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Rusty Rat says the SAM he's talking about is at 170 negative 285.
Okay. Didn't realize that I was out of rotors when I was trying to build that. I need 3 more, so I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to go to production, and I'm going to hit plus 3 times to make sure I have what it takes to make 3 more. And I've got iron plate and copper sheet enough. I just need the rotors.
And the one that Rusty Rat's referring to looks like it's the one east of the Pink Forest, in that cave, in the waterfalls. Yeah, I mean, that's also a good ways away.
So I accidentally fell into a cave that had an opening up above, and I just fell into it. Started exploring it. Toward the end of it, there was a Mercer sphere that had a little bit of a jumping puzzle to get up to it. I did this in the Ping Players world, and found the summer sloop and found the mine. But good heavens, that I need to show you the cave because it's incredibly long, and being able to go get a conveyor out of there to do the cave, to get that SAM out of the cave. Oh man, I don't know that I want to attempt it. So why is it being fuzzy? I've noticed that. Maybe it's just this world.
Oh, we need to fix some graphic settings. Yeah.
Okay.
That fuzziness is a graphic setting I disabled.
Oh, that you disabled?
That
And it's
I've
affecting
disabled
my
first.
world?
No. It's something that you disable in the graphic setting. I have disabled for myself. You will need to disable it for yourself.
Okay. Can you see the settings on my screen yet?
Yeah, and the postage stamp preview I have. Let me see what I can find. By the way, Doc, it is around 2:20, which is about the 4-hour mark.
Of when we started today?
Yeah, we started around 10:30.
Oh, okay.
It is under video. I'm looking.
Okay.
Gosh. Oh, conveyor visual quality.
Yeah, it's for some reason it's set to medium on my system.
Yeah, it was set to my medium on mine as well. So.
Okay, so I'm just going to put it back on ultra.
Okay.
And far shadow trace distance is cinematic. So, okay. And hit the apply button and confirm and resume the game. And let's see if it actually takes. And guess what? It didn't. See how they're really, really fuzzy. And I'm right up close to it too, so.
Yeah.
So there's another setting. We can work on it
Louise
later.
says, I admire your work so much, Doc, and assistant, of course.
Thank you.
And John Royston says, I'm trying to become a cyborg. I have extreme apnea. Doc told me to lose weight. Didn't affect it at all. I became eligible for surgical implant treatment, but the co-insurance is $8,000.
Ooh, ouch. What about a CPAP? Would that help you? Okay. Venture to say he's probably tried the simple solutions already, like a CPAP and such.
Yeah. Ruben Jr. says, I'm telling you guys, Doc will chicken out before phase 2 is done.
Oh, you think so, huh?
I don't know. I'm looking at that versatile framework. I am not looking forward to that.
We will just keep building.
Let's see. For that, we need the modular frames, the steel beams. So, I mean, steel beams, that's 15 per minute. That's going to take quite a few, but that's actually, modular frames are not going to be that hard.
No.
We don't know how to make
well, you're already overproducing modular frames.
Right.
Wait a minute. I was supposed to go back and get rotors. And I didn't get rotors. Would you stop distracting me so that I can get the things I need, Robert? Please?
You want me to stop distracting you? Do you think that's ever going to happen?
I don't think so.
No. No.
By the way, just so that you understand Robert's and my relationship, we've just been best friends forever. Ever since building, building a house together in Marysville. Oh, thank you.
I got that from guessing down below. Good. Sorry. Yeah, that house back in Marysville. That was a long time ago now, Doc.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't climb. I can get up to this one. There we go. Yeah, that house, man, that was a 1920s house, wasn't it?
It was a 1920s farmhouse, yeah, and we completely remodeled all of its guts. I mean, it had lath and plaster, so that was a nightmare to get out because it was so dusty. Okay, I was going after rotors when you so abruptly dumped me under the...
We acquired an old camper trailer that was falling apart and broke it down to use as a dumpster, basically. And it would be like we'd work for a couple of days, and we'd go take a trip to the dump and have to shovel out all this concrete, throw it all away.
We did a little bit more than that. We took the shell so we could use the base frame, and we built a trailer out of it. Because it already had the hitch, it already had the wheels, and we built the trailer on it.
Yeah.
That trailer was the most useful trailer I have ever had. It was Mr. Reliable, especially when it came to all that. Lath is essentially the plaster that they talk about is essentially concrete. And so it's literally, it was literally tons of weight at a time. And that trailer handled it. We would take 2 to 3 tons of stuff at a time because you paid by the ton. You paid by the amount of weight that you disposed of. So, and they love that stuff for the landfill. The lath and plaster, all that, small wood pieces and concrete. Yeah, they loved that for the landfill.
One Middle Fist actually has a really good idea that I'm going to follow.
Okay.
They said research sulfur first, then buy iron pipes from the shop, and use that to unlock the sulfur explosives, and then we can just use the bombs. So instead we build our way through the whole progression, we can just get them, so we can get to the SAM to make it work.
Yeah, and
good call.
Use the coupons in the personal storage container in the hub. And then you've got an almost equivalent amount of coupons in available. If you know what I mean.
Yeah. So John Royston says, I've tried a CPAP. Unfortunately, I'm a thrasher. I rip it off every night. That's why a neurologist recommended the Inspire implant.
Okay.
Have you heard of that before, Doc?
I have, yeah.
So what does it do? I personally haven't.
It 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 basically opens up your nasal passage up here, so that you've got a cleaner and easier way to breathe, and it also prevents it from closing up during the night when you lay on your side and such.
Yeah.
So it just keeps your nose, it keeps your nasal passage open and free, so you can breathe. So
That makes sense.
yeah.
Cool. And Zoravin asks, was it difficult building a house?
Difficult? Well, it was difficult remodeling this house because we didn't build it, but we basically remodeled the whole thing. And was it difficult? At times it was. We had a contractor do the finish work for us, but we did everything under the walls. So we had the contractor do the sheetrocking and do the sheetrocking and do the mudding and taping, and then the final paint and flooring and things like that. Where we did all the internals.
So we ripped everything out. We did all the plumbing and all the electrical ourselves.
Uh-huh.
And that was fun.
Yep.
That was me as a teenager trying to learn how to actually work.
Mm-hmm.
And I did all right. I was still definitely a teenager.
But you're right. You did all right.
So. One Metal Fist says, I wish they'd invent real artificial lungs or some new mechanical airway. Anything bionic that could solve my asthma problems.
Yeah. Asthma. Okay. That's another difficult problem to take care of.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this one's going to be interesting. I think I'm going to, yeah. Okay. They have not made the pipes slippery to stand on.
Oh, good.
Yes.
Were
That
you
would have been a
worried?
bit much. No, I really wasn't worried. I just was just mentioning it.
Don't worry, somebody will make a mod.
Somebody will make a mod that makes it slippery, huh?
Luis Felipe asks, do you use mods?
Right now we're not, because we're on experimental, and experimental doesn't take mods. I normally do. I like the infinite zoop mod, especially the infinite nudge mod, so that I can move the machines around and get a little bit more clearance and so forth. And we usually use Sky UI to keep the lights on at night, and have short nights. And infinite elevators for when my build gets bigger. You always want your elevators to go quite a bit farther than what the restriction in the game is.
I love an elevator mod that just made him go faster. Holy cow.
Your wish will be granted, I'm sure, sometime. Don't you think?
I hope so. We will see.
Yeah, because sometimes it's just, once you get the hover pack and you can hover around the outside of your building, you just hover and open up a hole and climb in, so to speak.
Yeah, exactly. It's the time to call the elevator, wait for it to get to you, to then get into the elevator, and then ride up slowly while listening to Ada annoy you. I'll just fly. So, it feels like I wanted a transportation solution, and instead they gave a cosmetic solution. So, It can be sped up. Also, like the platforms, it should not be a platform that moves up and down. Oh, looks like Mom's here. Hello, hello. Yeah, we're still live on stream. It normally would. We went a little bit late because we get started quite on time, but we'll be ending shortly. Okay. I want the platform for the elevator to when you press the button, it like folds out from the side, you know, and just appears right there. You walk on, it takes you to the floor you want to go, and then it folds back into the side and just disappears. A simple animation, and it gets rid of all the issues. It gets rid of a lot of the wait time.
After all, we're in a world that should handle that kind of stuff, right?
Yeah. Well, Metal Fist says they prefer you to use the hyper tubes. That's why they made the elevator slower. If you want to go somewhere fast, use tubes. If you want somewhere something more fun and exotic, use the elevator.
Okay. So you say we're at the 4-hour mark already, huh?
Yeah, unfortunately, we are.
Alrighty. Well, I've got to let Robert get to work. So since I've got to let Robert get to work, I should let him go. And Spencer also needs to stream, and I need to stop blabbering on here so that he can do some streaming too. So we'll call it a day. Do remember our friends at Ping Players, and get 35% off with the code DUCK35. If you want to play with friends, that's the way to do it, literally. And if you got a little bit of change that you can deal with subscribing for a short time or forever, either one, it's a great service. They do a good job. So do that, and we'll look forward to seeing everybody next Tuesday again. If you're a member or either a subscriber on Twitch or a member, even Prime members, just link your YouTube. Or Twitch to the Discord, and by linking the Discord, you get all the member privileges. You come visit with us tomorrow, as we'll just be live on stream visiting and getting some recordings done, possibly, and that's always a good time too. We spend about 4 hours doing that, and as far as I know, I think we're planning on doing that tomorrow. So. We'll be in good shape. So until then, we'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.